1,000-pound weight limit thing on the bed.
All right.
But it's definitely way sturdier than anything you're gonna find on Amazon. Like it's
Yeah.
like, nah, it's definitely really strong. That's for sure. I gotta say this though, fucking, if my back wasn't fucked up and my knees weren't fucked up, it'd be like 10 minutes to put that fucking thing together.
All right.
Like
Nice.
10 minutes at most, and you might be able to get the drawer done at the same time you get the fucking bed done. Like it's so fast. There was no complication on anything. Everything was super super basic and simple, and everything was if you have one, like a hand drill, like either you plug it in or it's like a battery powered drill that you can use for like a screw gun.
All right. Right.
If you got a screw gun, then fucking you're set, man. That's not going to take long at all. Because it was like 4 posts, one for each leg, obviously, and then there was a bar that goes, across the head and the foot, and then another like 2 bars that go across the sides of the bed, and they literally just inserted into the post, each one of them. Like where they whittle down the end of the board and it's like a little smaller and then it just gets inserted into another piece of wood.
All right. Right.
And then you put screws through the posts that like to lock the 2 things in place. So it was like 8 screws to put the outside of it together, and then, like you got to put those little wooden slats across to hold the mattress. It was 1 screw in each side for those, and that was it.
Nice.
So it was like, you're done in like 10 minutes. Any moron could do it without even looking at a set of instructions. Like, it was that basic. I was like, I'm pretty happy with this.
This is the one you got from like England or whatever?
Yeah, handmade from the UK.
Nice.
And then it has like a little shelf that has a hook on the side where you can move it. It just hangs across any side of the bed. Front or side, doesn't matter. So I have one of those like to hold up my little laptop and stuff, so it was like nice to be able to just move that wherever I feel like, and then a little drawer that goes and rolls in and out underneath it. Like it was all pretty good. Although it was like fucking $900, but hopefully it's one of those things where you spend that money up front and you're not buying another one for 20 years,
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Like they'll find my dead fat ass laying in it, before I have to buy another bed.
Yeah. Good shit.
But it's nice not having to climb up and down off the fucking floor anymore.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, when my back's fucking with me, dude, it is definitely a little painful to get up off of the floor.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not like I couldn't do it. It was just like, when you're 20 years old,
I get it.
you don't mind it. It's all right. I'll just wake up, get up off the floor, no big deal. But when you're 44, you're like, man, I have worked too long to be sleeping on a mattress on the floor right now.
Yeah, no, for me it's literally like my back and my knees, like it's painful.
Oh yeah, it hurts.
Momentarily, obviously, just until I actually get up. But yeah, like my back and my knees hurt just from getting up off the ground.
Well, I got a chair right next to my bed. Like that's I got everything in like a one room and everything. So like it was like just get up on your knees, get over, put one leg out, and use the chair to push yourself up, and you're good to go.
Nice.
It would have been a lot worse if there was nothing to like pull myself up with. Oh, did you hear the fucking crazy? So there's this crazy fucking story coming out of China where even like the Chinese people are like, the CCP should step the fuck down. They don't have any business being in charge anymore.
Oh wow.
Because and yeah, you realize like in China that's not the kind of thing people would normally ever
you can't say that. Yeah. Yeah.
So it turns out, and because CCP, they own all the businesses, so this is directly the government's fault.
Yeah.
People haven't been cleaning the tankers out between transporting like fuel oil, pesticides, herbicides, whatever, and cooking oil.
Oh, wow.
So they've been using the same fucking tankers, and like China's always had a really bad issue with cancer. And it's like, well, gee, I fucking wonder why. Because everybody's eating fucking pesticides and herbicides and oil alongside their cooking oil without even knowing it for like 20 plus years now.
The entire civilization is just so goddamn shady, dude.
Yeah, I honestly, I have zero sympathy because it really boils down to, like, this is what communism is. It's the worst of the people get to do whatever the fuck they want because, the people are always right. The majority rules. And it's like, well, the majority of people, are fucking lazy cunts that don't want to fucking do anything.
Yeah.
It's too expensive to do that. Well, as a society, everything that you guys have happen to you is because you all made that decision according to your form of government. So...
Yeah, definitely hard to sympathize with any of these fucking
y'all
assholes.
did this to yourselves. And it's because of your whole fucking system of, what do you call it? Governance, and also that whole like thing where essentially they all say, whatever if you can steal it, kind of. It's like they're fucking creed.
Yeah, or if it's gonna if it's gonna fuck with or maim or kill anyone, just don't sell it to your friends and family. Like that's the fucking kind of attitude they all seem to have, dude.
Yeah, it's a bunch of fucking shysters. My only problem is that shit is bleeding over into the U.S., and so we're getting a lot more products like that in the United States, and it's definitely because most of what we get is coming from China now, instead of being made in our own country. Because I guarantee you, it wouldn't take 20 fucking years for one guy who drives a tanker to be like, yeah, they're not cleaning the fucking tank after I drop off Clorox and then I pick up Wesson cooking oil. Like, y'all can't fucking eat Wesson no more. You know what I mean? Like, they'd fucking out whatever company decided that was acceptable.
Yeah, that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, 20 plus years for that to come out? Like, that's a lot of people doing that and just not saying a goddamn thing and knowing full well that that's deadly as fuck, I heard one guy trying to excuse it, like he was talking about, like, well, it's a really difficult business and a lot of really uneducated people get in there. I'm like, really, a lot of uneducated people? So none of those people know you can't eat this shit?
Yeah.
You want me to fucking buy that? Come on, dude. Nah. Like a fucking 4-year-old knows you don't eat bug spray.
Yeah. I was going to say, what fucking human doesn't understand something that fucking simple?
Yeah.
That you don't you don't mix that kind of shit together.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where you hear the excuse and you're like, y'all are fucking out your mind if you think anyone's gonna buy this shit.
Yeah. Dude. Hey, what are you doing? What are you chewing on? What are you doing? No.
The skulls of
Drop
the damned.
Drop it. What are you chewing on? Hey, forget you. I'm gonna take the ball. Now the ball's mine. You want it back? Come on, you gotta come get it. Oh, it's under the bed. It's under the bed. You better go get it. Oh shit! Sorry. Got distracted there.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's under the bed. You get to go under the bed, Popper.
Oh, and then of course there's, obviously the story that like everybody's fucking crazy over right now is the Trump fucking assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Like, tell me that
honestly,
didn't fucking have your gut sinking when you watch that video and shit.
Dude. Yeah, just the fact that he fucking, like, if he didn't move right at the right moment there, his head would have fucking exploded.
Yup. That was terrifying. That was just like, and then some other poor bastard got shot and died, and one other guy got shot. Like there was one guy that got like hit and he's in like the hospital as far as I'm aware. Like 'cause I know that I heard that 2 people got hit besides Trump. And then it was a fire chief guy that died. The guy was a fire chief in his hometown.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so heartbreaking to hear because man, he just went out to have a good day that day. Go out and participate in politics and hear this one person speaking and like he's dead now. His family will never see him again because this skinny little piece of shit this skinny little piece of shit just decided he gets to decide whether or not that guy lives because he just wants to, like he wants to. That's his right. He why should anybody live that he doesn't agree with,
Dude, did you hear the shit about Destiny with Piers Morgan?
I think I vaguely heard that Destiny got banned off a platform, which I was like kind of surprised to hear, but that it was related to this, I guess.
Yeah, well, he essentially said, good, fuck that guy. I don't care that he died. He's a Trump supporter.
Yeah, oh no, he needs to be banned. Absolutely. No, there's no, you don't get to do that.
Oh yeah.
You don't get to be like, oh yeah, no, good thing this assassin killed a random person, like, and then just like set that kind of shit on a fucking play. Wow, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
On my platform.
Yeah, no, he literally said,
Jesus.
Yeah, he literally said, if you're a fan of mine and you're a Trump supporter and you went to that rally and you got shot, I don't care. Fuck you. I'm glad you're dead.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, that is disgusting. Yeah, I don't understand how you can fucking have that mentality, dude.
Yeah.
To say it, much less mean it. Like, if you're trying to just be shocking, okay, that's fucked up. But Jesus, dude, to actually fucking mean it.
What was it? I heard there was a fairly sizable attempt for the first day or two that I kept hearing people talking about how it was like it was fake.
A BB gun. Yeah, it was a BB gun or something.
Oh no, not even that it was a BB gun. That just Trump had planned the whole thing. It was just he'd done it for
the
attention.
Whole thing.
Yeah, like it was all like just a hoax. You know what I mean? Like he would just like, oh yeah, no, Trump planned it. Obviously, I'm like, y'all don't like. Clearly, this is why the left's assassination attempt didn't fucking work because y'all don't understand how the fuck guns work. You know, like y'all are fucking retards, dude. Because like. The idea of doing that with a gun as a setup is beyond insane because the difference between that going through his head and going through his ears is just a question of the accuracy of the barrel of the gun, not even the shooter at that point.
Yeah. Dude, everything about it seems like fucking crazy though. Like it really seems like even worse than like when JFK got killed, because he was so fucking close. He was on the rooftop, like so goddamn close to him.
Everything I'm seeing says they knew he was there 10 minutes prior to the shot being fired. Which is if it's true, absolutely insane. Like we haven't seen the rest of the like, we haven't seen the results of any sort of investigation yet, but I have a feeling there's some fucking Secret Service going to get fired.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Like, they should be going to fucking prison, dude. Like, it's pretty obvious, like, they allowed it to happen, right? Like, I mean,
no, there was a bunch of people that were, like, shouting out that, like, hey, there's a person over there with a gun, like... There's no question that it was known way before the shot was taken that person was there and had a gun.
Did he really have time to like set up a stand and everything?
Yeah,
like a tripod or whatever the fuck? Dude. Yeah, honestly, I just for some reason I have no interest in like finding a whole lot out about it. I think it's just depressing or something, and I don't want to.
Oh yeah, no, it's rough because it's like. You know, what do you do? This is like such a fucking huge like betrayal of trust. I mean, these are the people that are supposed to protect him.
Yeah, and
clearly,
again, it's not. Yeah.
Well, and also there wasn't enough people there. You know, there wasn't even enough people there too. It wasn't. It was like on top of the fact that, you know.
Yeah.
They knew he was there.
Yeah, apparently
there wasn't enough anywhere near as many people as should have been there on his security detail anyway.
Yeah, yeah, dude. It's because I remember because again, obviously I had periods of obsession with the JFK assassination, so I know a shit ton about that. And like what they're talking about is like, dude, anywhere along that fucking route, like there shouldn't be a single open window not checked out or fucking like they're supposed to be insanely anal about it, you know, because you're protecting the fucking president.
Well, that they didn't already have somebody trained on that rooftop.
Yeah.
Is unexcusable.
Yeah, like it should have been up to like 1,000 meters away. What was it, like 150 meters away? I think they said. Like there shouldn't be anyone anywhere near him. There shouldn't be any rooftop or any of that kind of shit where they're not fucking checking it out, making sure, you know, that somebody's either actually physically there or fucking watching, you know, keeping an eye on that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Because again, sniper, you get an actual sniper that knows what they're doing. They don't need to be anywhere near that close. You know what I mean?
No.
It's fucking insane.
As they actually did an interview with Trump Jr. asking him, you know, like, how do you feel about everything, and he was saying like, you know, as a sport shooter, because he apparently, like, you know, shoots for fun and, like, competitions, apparently, when he was younger and all that kind of shit. He was saying, that's a fucking gimme shot. That's like you're guaranteed to get that putt in golf kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a fucking starter, like, warm-up shot or something, yeah.
So, he was like, there's, you know, it's insane that he missed that shot because it was such an easy shot to have taken in the first place. It's beyond insane that he missed it in the first place.
Yeah.
And that the Secret Service didn't have everything like covered in like expectation of a shot from that area. He was like kind of like, yeah, there's going to be some investigations and I'm not going to say anything until, you know, the investigations are finished, but we're definitely going to be, like, some heads are going to fucking roll, is what he was kind of, like, implying.
Yeah.
And it was like, they better fucking roll because, goddamn, you know, like...
Yeah, it's, and you assume it's deeper than just the Secret Service. Like, there's probably other fucking people in on it, too. You know what I mean?
Oh, there had to be.
It's probably a big conspiracy. Yeah.
Like, there's video, apparently, of one of the people having the guy, like, trained in for, like, being shot, and he was like, oh, when I take the shot, you know, it's like there's an armed person on a rooftop near the... You know, President Trump giving his speech. Yeah, you fucking 100% shoot that guy in the fucking face.
Dude, yeah, this is the other thing. Like, let's say I was deciding that somebody has to die. Like, I actually believe that they need to, like, it's essential to the world or whatever. Like, the world peace, whatever you want to call it. All right, I would not even fucking think about trying to get that close.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm like, this dude must have known. Like the dude that took the shot probably didn't for some reason didn't realize he was going to get killed at the end. But I feel like he had to know to even try that. Yeah, or maybe he might just be that crazy. I guess that is possible. But I'm like,
well, you know,
I wouldn't even think it was possible.
There's a certain level of insanity you have to be dealing with, or like to start with. Yeah, obviously, just from the fact that this guy has decided to shoot somebody because, you know, he feels like he has a right to.
Yeah.
Like that right there, like you've already dealing with a certain level of narcissism and insanity right there.
Yeah, but seriously though, would you? I wouldn't even think of trying to get that close.
Just, how does he get that close? Like, how do you get anywhere near?
Well, I wouldn't even have tried it. I can't imagine. Like, I feel like he had to know he was going to get away with it. Like, he had to know because how you wouldn't try that? That's entirely too fucking close, dude. And
you would think like, that there would definitely be like
one thing.
it'd be one thing if he was like crawling like the whole time and didn't have a time to set up a fucking tripod and all this shit right on the edge of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
But dude, yeah, it's just everything's suspicious as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I think the only thing we have going for us is the fact that of all the people to understand guns, I don't think you're going to find many people who understand guns on the left that much.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
that's kind of like the irony
is
like, yeah, well, you know, of course they failed. They're retards. They don't understand how these things work, and so.
Yeah, I think I had made a joke that that guy must have like LARPed as a stormtrooper in his spare time.
Oh yeah. Fucking good shot, buddy. You missed. Oh man, and he's dead too. So fuck him. Fuck the. I don't know what his real name is, but I'm just gonna call him Shitburger. Good for Shitburger.
Yeah, I haven't bothered.
I don't think anybody should be saying his name. You know, I don't think they should be.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No.
Giving him any sort of level of fame or acknowledgement. I think it should be. That should be the name of everybody who's a serial killer or an assassin or that kind of person who's killing for some sort of attention, essentially. You know, whether it be political or moral or whatever. You know, that should just be their name is Shitburger from now on. Like, everybody just calls him Shitburger. And then everybody knows, like, oh yeah, what kind of person does that? Oh, Shitburger does that. That's what does that.
Yeah, no more learning their first, middle, and last names like they normally do for fucking assassins or attempted assassins.
Yeah, it blows my mind because there was a whole crowd of people pointing him out and they were just ignoring him. Like, the Secret Service was obviously...
yeah, they were letting it happen.
Somebody somewhere was letting it occur. It was very blatant and it was extremely, like... If I were the family of that guy, I would be filing some lawsuits because that's fucking bonkers.
Yeah. Did you see that one asshole interviewing Trump Jr. that was like, "Do you think your dad should tone down his rhetoric since this is kind of..." He didn't say it's his fault.
There was a couple. Yeah, that was the average. That was the one I watched. There was a couple of those questions where I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Dude, I could not believe that shit, man. Like, dude, if he had not turned his head, he'd be fucking dead right now. And were you gonna blame him if he fucking did get killed? You fucking scumbag.
Oh, well, what was it? I didn't watch the whole thing. But one of those late night hosts, Seth Meyers, I think it was, that piece of shit, that worthless pile of human waste. He did this whole thing about how, like, oh well, you know, it's terrible that this happened, but you know what else is terrible? January 6th, and and I'm like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. You're a human pile of feces. You serve no fucking purpose in life. You pile of shit.
Yeah,
like, what a fucking worm.
Disgusting. How the fuck can you
First of all,
be okay?
January 6th was a fucking protest. Period. End of story. I'm not going to fucking play that game of word nonsense where you're like, it was a fucking insurrection. But the only unarmed insurrection in the history of the fucking universe? Shut the fuck up, you lying cocksuckers. You know, like, get the fuck out of here. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. It's an insurrection where nobody had a gun or weapon of any kind.
Yeah, and the one bitch got shot, unarmed, got shot.
They just arbitrarily shot somebody because, you know, they have guns and no one's going to put them in jail for it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, fucking disgusting, dude.
But, you know, it's you know, thank God Trump did survive. I'm not a religious person, but I mean, like, thankfully he's alive, and, you know, the odds worked out in his favor this time. And I really hope that he's getting his own security and the people that fucking Secret Service are not going to be in charge of it anymore, because it's clear that they're not interested in his well-being at all. They're interested in him being dead, so...
I thought I remember them saying at some point that, like, he, even with the Secret Service, he had his own security people.
Yeah.
That was years ago, though, so again...
That might have been when he was president. Maybe that's changed for some reason. I don't know. I have no idea if he does or doesn't. All I'm saying is, I hope he gets more competent people in place, and he has a lot of fucking money. So, you know, fucking hope he's spending that money on good quality security that's better than the Secret Service, because clearly those people are fucking incompetent and have no concern over him at all. Like no.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's incompetence, dude. I think it's more malicious than that. I think they just allowed it to happen.
If the Secret Service allowed it to happen, that makes them incompetent, because their job should be to protect the president regardless of personal feelings or politics. And if that some of them can be bought off, then they're incompetent because they've been allowing the wrong people to be part of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the thing, dude, man. I don't understand that that mindset of the dehumanizing of people that you just disagree with, dude. It's fucking sick, man. Disgusting.
Yeah, it's like, just because you don't agree with what Trump says doesn't mean that Trump is evil or bad or inhuman. He's a person just like y'all. And everything he's talking about is stuff that people need. Like, it's not meant to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
You know, the reality is, it's bad to give children hormones. It's bad to allow complete random, like, not only to allow, but to encourage abortion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just bad for society. It's bad for the people that are involved. It's not a healthy thing.
Yeah, celebrating it. Shout out your abortion. That fucking shit like that.
How about,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
You don't go out and fuck worthless assholes that aren't going to fucking take care of you and your kid.
Yeah.
Like, don't just go out and have sex with random dudes for fun, who are pieces of shit.
Or make sure you take your fucking birth control. Like, you can do that even.
There's all sorts of other options that don't involve, that don't involve killing a baby. Like, it's so easy. It's so easy to make sure that the baby never happens in the first place that it's unforgivable, in my opinion, to just murder it because it's inconvenient. It's like, no, you made a choice. You wanted to go out and have sex with these random people, and that's fine. Like, go ahead and do what you want. I may think it's trashy, but, you know, it's not my position to tell you what you can and can't do, but I have every right to judge what you do. But you don't make it everybody else's responsibility that you fail to take care of your own responsibility. Don't make it everybody else's job to take care of your kid.
Yeah, it's fucking ugh.
And I honestly, like, I kind of am on the fence of providing things like huge welfare checks to moms that have like 8 kids out of like with random strangers and stuff. Like, I know it's probably more than questionable. I'm sure a lot of people will be like, "Are you fucking serious?" But I don't think they should be allowed to keep their kids.
Yeah. If you fuck up, like, if you got like fucking, I'd say as little as 3 kids from 2 dads. Anything more than that, you're cut off, dude. Fuck you.
No more.
Like, even that's generous. You know what I mean? Like, you fucking, there's no, it's fucking insane. The benefits these bitches get from just getting knocked up by whoever, specifically to get the fucking benefits, dude.
My one of my friends, when I first met him, I found out his his aunt lived next door to him. She had 12 kids because of welfare. Because they just keep giving you more money every kid you have. So she had 12 kids, so that they were making fat money off of welfare, like huge profits every fucking month.
So fucking disgusting. Wasn't that Octomom bitch on welfare? The bitch that had like 8 kids, 8 octuplets or whatever? Wasn't she on welfare? She became like famous later on.
Probably a lot of them end up like that. Yeah, a lot of those like crazy moms with like all the kids or whatever end up on like welfare in some way, shape, or form because it's hard to fucking pay for that many kids. There's a lot of government assistance involved in a lot of those things.
Yeah, she went out of her way to try to have as many, like, she wouldn't be satisfied with twins or triplets or quadruplets or whatever. she literally wanted to try to have as many kids at once as fucking possible. And she had fucking octuplets.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I don't know if you remember that or not.
God, I feel bad for those kids, man.
Yeah.
Like, your mom had you for the sake of, like, fucking entertainment of other people so that she could profit off of it. Like, that's gross.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking disgusting, dude.
But, yeah, I don't know. I wonder what happened. I would imagine, yeah, because, like, you know, she didn't have a husband. That's a lot of money to raise kids, man. It's not cheap.
Yeah, so she was able to raise the money or whatever to fucking try to have as many kids as possible. But then, yeah, still on fucking welfare, dude. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, this is their main base.
Yeah, we're fucked.
Damn. I'm not going to be able to steal anything from it. They're still playing. I play Conan Exiles again, and I love when I find bases that are decayed because you can just steal everything from them.
Oh, yeah.
But you, like, get a timer. Every time you log in, it, like, resets the timer to, like, 500 or 600 hours or something of decay time. So it's always disappointing when I find, like, a base and it's got, like, a full timer. I'm like, oh, darn. There's no chance that they're gonna run away and I'll get to steal all the shit from their bases because a lot of people just give up and then don't sign in anymore. So it's like it's not like it's not like a stealing or something like that because they're just it would have been gone anyway. Because in a game where you have people build shit on a map, you can't have that just stuff stay forever if no one can destroy it.
Yeah, so I assume it's people that like basically were like all into it and they're like fucking had fun building the base, but then it was done and they're like, I'm bored.
Yeah, they've done all the stuff that they wanted to get done, and there's all the spots that they wanted to build, they've built and everything like that. They don't need to build anything else, and because that's what happened with my base. Like I was just like at a point where I had a max number of followers, and they were all highest level you could get, and I had everything that you needed as far as equipment and armor and weapons, and there was like nothing else to do really. Kind of no challenges left, so it just got boring as shit, and it was like, I'm just maintaining these things to maintain them. I'll let it all decay and start over again later when it's I've had some time, maybe some new content has come out.
Indeed. Yeah, I started playing fucking Subway Surfers again. That was probably a mistake.
Yeah, it's not a mistake if it's fun.
I definitely enjoy it.
That's really what it comes down to. It's like if you're enjoying yourself, fucking who cares, right?
Yeah, I am curious to know like how they split up the fucking like what group you're in with as far as who finishes like top finishes first or whatever. Because it says America, but there's no way it's all Americans.
Oh yeah, no.
Because the scores I'm putting up are fucking like way higher than the second, third, fourth, and like fifth place. Like last month, it's like weekly. It's like whoever gets the highest score.
It's probably generated by some sort of AI to make you feel like you're doing really well.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if like the scores you're seeing from other people are all fake.
Yeah, it's a good, strong possibility. Because I've literally gotten first place every week since I started. Like, even before I had all my shit, all the power-ups and all that shit built up to the maximums and shit. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, there's no fucking way. But yeah, I gotta go to the bathroom. My highest score. All right.
I'm dying here. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right, I'll shout into the void. Have fun. But yeah, for the, I assume nobody's listening, but, yeah, basically, like my high score this time around is 41 million, and that playthrough was several hours. I don't remember exactly when I started, but I think it was about 7:30, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Yeah, so I finished at about 2 in the morning. I started about 7:30 and finished at 2 in the morning. That's a single playthrough. So it is, it is possible that some people just aren't as fucking, don't have enough, aren't as pathetic, don't have as much free time as me. Because there is a lot of times where you're like, Jesus, dude. Like I'll bail um, on missions a lot of the times, just because I'm like, all right, I'm fucking bored. I've hit all the fucking targets. I got all the fucking shit done. I want to go do something else. Or I just, because I do take a lot of breaks and shit. I'll be like, all right, I gotta run out and smoke, pause the game, which is nice. But yeah, literally 7, 8 hours. My highest one previous that I can remember was about a little over 51 million. It's my highest score ever that I can remember. I don't think I ever topped that because, again, that was about 8 hours, if I remember correctly. So, yeah. Like I said, it's a fun game. It's a nice challenge, but that's excessive. I can admit that. So it is quite possible that it's just my OCD. It's the only reason I get the high scores, because I get locked in on it and I don't realize that I've just wasted fucking 7 or 8 hours playing one single fucking playthrough of the game. And other people are like, nope, there's no way. I guess that guy wins because I'm not playing that fucking long. Who knows? Yeah. Although the nice thing about it now is basically any awards you get, pretty much, you're able to like watch a video and get double. So like there's character tokens you get for certain characters to earn them. And like one of them, Yutani, you need like 500 of them. Some of them are 10, 20, 50, whatever. Yutani, the first time I played through, took me like 6 months before I finally got enough character tokens and shit to earn that bitch. And this time I did it in like a week and a half. So that's pretty nuts. Yeah. Yeah. Or getting characters and shit, like you can buy them or shitload of videos. Like there's like sets you'll get, like you have to watch like 50 fucking videos to earn it. And they stop it like where you can only do 10 a day. You can only get 10 of the videos a day, so it takes you a minimum of 5 days to actually earn it. So that. It's a fun game. They added some mini game, or not mini game, but like different versions. Like there's one where like essentially you have to stay on top of the fucking trains and shit. Again, you're hopping around, you're on top of the trains, you're on the ground. There's ones where you literally like floor is lava kind of shit, where literally you have to stay up on the trains or you fucking get burned and die. So that's that. Yeah, but for the most part, a lot of the shit you're going to be able to earn. And I think when it goes back through, like later on, you'll be able to get the characters even if you don't buy them. Like, I don't know if it's weeks, months, years down the line or something. But I think they end up giving you the opportunity to earn them without paying for them later on. So if that's true, that's pretty good. Yep. Okay, what is this one? Yeah. Okay. Jesus. That's 2 fucking days. That sucks. Yeah. Damn, Stabby's taking a long shit. Fucking guy. Alright, fuck it. Let's see what I my YouTube feed. Yeah. What's going on? Master Oogway. I have no idea who Master Oogway is, so we'll skip that. Oh god. I feel like I have stopped following the commentary guys that I follow. Turkey Tom, Diorio, Lyrics, whoever, Papa Gut. because I'm finding out about a lot of people. You get the ball, Peppers. You didn't get the ball. I'm finding out about a bunch of people that I wish I didn't know existed. Right now, it's Ethan is online and Lex Updog, the bitch that accused the super mega people, who I also was unaware of whatever super mega is. Just two of the most delusional fucking people on the planet, dude. Yeah, so anyways, they were doing a video yesterday where literally people were just going in and talking shit to them, and they were literally just, the whole stream was them responding to the people in chat, fucking talking shit about them and laughing and pretending that they're like, nope, that never happened.
Yo.
Nope, I didn't do that.
Am I? Oh, God, so maybe Samash might be here. You were really going. Oh,
Yeah. Oh fuck, man.
I am throwing away that gravy. That gravy was not still good.
Eesh.
I had leftover chicken and waffles for breakfast from a couple days ago. And I'm like, I thought it'd still be fine, but I think that because it was packaged gravy, I don't think that was...
right.
Yeah, I don't think it was still good.
Yeah, that can be a little dangerous. Yeah, I don't know. I've over the years eaten shit that's been sitting out like overnight. Or,
some stuff is fine.
And stupid shit like that. Yeah, although I think that's why I don't get sick that often from that. I think I got built up tolerance.
Oh yeah.
To it.
I ate a pizza that sat out on the counter for 3 days once.
Also, especially if you microwave it, I feel like that helps.
It was delicious.
Like the microwave will kill.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if you get it to a certain temperature for a certain amount of time, it will kill most, if not all, bacteria. Like, there's a lot of bacteria that's not going to survive that.
Yeah.
Like, there's some things, like, you do have to be careful of, but, like I know, like, I've literally pizza sat out on the counter for a couple of days. I ate it. It was fine. You know, it wasn't summertime, but it wasn't super, super cold winter time either. It was kind of like spring or fall or something like that. But, you know, I wouldn't recommend it, but I didn't get sick off of it, and certainly didn't hurt me. But this one I think is because there's dairy powder in it. I think cheese is a big difference between cheese and, like, I assume there's like milk powder in the gravy because it's like country style gravy. Because that's what that's what you got to put on a chicken and waffles. You want that country style gravy.
Yeah, that is shit. I love that fucking gravy.
Yeah, that's what you want with chicken and waffles. But it was really good, and it was fine the night. So I'm just gonna throw that away. I was gonna save it and use some of it tomorrow night, but like, nah, hell nah. I ain't gonna get sick off of that again.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. I feel like I gotta stop. I was talking about it while you're gone, but I think I might have to stop following the commentary YouTuber people that I like.
Oh, some of them are just too fucking intense or something?
No, they're fine. What's bothering me is all the new people that I'm learning about, the ones that they kind of commentate on and make fun of.
Oh, and you're like, I don't need to know about these
like,
people. They're fucking obnoxiously like impossible. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So I'm like, fuck, dude. I just thought about how many people that I've become aware, like that I'm now aware of their existence that I just wish I wasn't.
Didn't need to know about.
Like yesterday, there's this guy called Ethan is online. That's his username or whatever, which is fucking retarded. But anyways, he's this fucking this fat, ugly little dude, and there was a chick that did some kind of false accusation shit. I don't know who Super Mega is, but apparently it was a big channel, right? She was some part of it or whatever. Yeah, and anyways, like basically, they ended up having to let her go, but they actually like let her. They're like, you can stay like in the studio till you find a place or whatever. And then later on, she like accuses one of them of like sexually harassing her and like fucking all this shit. And like it's pretty. It's similar to that whole Katie Bugs thing with the George guy, where
A lot of inconsistencies, and it just seems like it's full of shit. But anyways, those two started dating. This Ethan is online guy who really thinks he's a fucking intellectual of some kind, and he's dude. It's like kind of funny, but it's also like it's kind of infuriating when somebody really stupid doesn't realize how stupid they are.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like it can be entertaining, but he's such an arrogant fucking prick that you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like you're clearly an idiot. Like who the? Yeah, it's just very odd.
There's a lot of times
like,
where I've seen
like
couples and I'm like, one person is relatively normal intelligence, and the other person in the couple is an absolute moron, and you're like, what do you see in that person? Like, you are
sure.
so far above them in intelligence that, like, I question why you would even hang out around that person, much less be romantically entangled with that person.
Yeah, how can you tolerate being around that person any length of time? But anyway, yesterday, like they were doing this stream where they're basically like people were kind of rating him, going in and just talking shit to him. But he was literally like responding to every comment and like just talking shit. But anybody that they brought up, he was like throwing out like all these. Oh, you mean that guy or the pedo? Or and there's like all the shit is like all the fucking any of the allegations have pretty much been proven. To be bullshit, but he's throwing them out like so confidently, like they're confirmed, like they're absolute facts.
Oh,
they're
not.
Yeah, and dude, both of them were they both have the most annoying fake laugh. Like they're trying to pretend like they're really happy and having fun. Like, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I can hear it in my head.
Yeah, dude, it's so fucking annoying. Like you're clearly trying to pretend like you're above this, but it's obviously getting to you. You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be responding the way you're responding if you just didn't care.
Yeah,
You'd be talking about anything else. You'd be ignoring the people in your chat talking shit and be doing something else.
I don't buy that you're unconcerned because clearly you're talking about it.
Yeah. Dude, and it's funny because the dude will, like, call people fat and ugly, and you're like, dude, have you seen yourself? Like, I don't know what fucking...
you've lost... Anytime that's your argument, you've lost. You've lost whatever your argument is. Like, if you're reduced to, like, oh, you look funny, or you stink, you smell bad, like, whatever, like, dumb shit, you've lost that argument then.
Yeah, and that was the other thing. That's almost exclusively what he did, was just call people names. It was just ad hom bullshit. And then he's like, yeah, but you guys haven't addressed any of my points. I'm like, what points? You're just... calling people pedos and saying they're stupid or whatever. Like, there's no fucking points you're making, you stupid fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking annoying. I've had people get fucking weird with me in VR chat because I'm 44.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, homie, this game was never meant for children.
Right. You shouldn't be here. Yeah, fucking little
like
brats.
Shouldn't be here. I was here when kids being here was weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really weird, man.
Yeah, it's some arguments just don't make sense. Like, people are fucking dumb. You know, like, what are you gonna do? There's only so much you can do. You know, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what was that guy the guy that was fucking telling me how, they killed cows with lightning bolts, you know? Like, that guy's just dumb. Like, there's nothing to be done about it. He's just an idiot.
Yeah, and there's no way to convince them of the truth. That's the most frustrating. They just refuse to believe they could possibly be wrong about something.
Oh, this guy at least was willing to accept being wrong. That was the one decent thing he actually was. When he was explained to him, he was like, oh, okay, I get it now. So, like, but it's like, clearly he's just
made a wrong
not a very
assumption
bright
about
fellow,
what they meant by bolt.
Yeah. And he was willing to accept it once he heard it, at least.
Yeah, that's at least because there are plenty of people that will just refuse to change their mind on something, no matter how much evidence.
you throw at them.
You know, it's like the communism and socialism bros. A lot of those people are like that, where it's like, well, no, this is what socialism means. Oh no, well, I feel like it means no. It doesn't fucking matter what you feel. Like that's not relevant. Like, and I'm not trying to be mean or harsh, but it's like that's just irrelevant to the conversation entirely. What communism is the government owns the means of production, and like all the businesses belong to the government in a communist state. It's not a question of how you feel about it. Like, does it matter? Like, why are we even having that conversation to start with? It's silly.
Yeah, that's such a weird one, dude. Because again, I was a communist for about 2 weeks when I was like 14 or 15, and then I actually put some thought into it.
Yeah.
And realized, like at 14, like how why that won't work.
Yeah, if you literally pay everyone the same amount of money for every job, then a lot of people are just going to do nothing.
Yeah.
And
if you pay everyone the same, who's going to work harder just for the fucking... Yeah, how many people do you think are going to work hard just for the...
benefit of everyone else?
Yeah, just for the pride of a job well done. Like, you know what I mean? Those people are not... that's not the way a vast majority of people operate. Yeah, especially when you know that the guy slacking off and barely trying is going to make the same amount of money.
Yeah, the guy that shows up for like half their shifts and like doesn't do anything when he's there is getting paid the same as you. It's not fair or reasonable for that person to continually get paid for the same amount of money and like this, as if they did the same amount of work. It wouldn't work with monkeys. You know what I mean? Like you couldn't do that with monkeys. That's just not going to happen.
Right. I posted a picture of the two. That was actually the most flattering picture I could find of those two. Ethan was online, and the Lex chick.
He's got no business telling anybody anything about looks. That's for sure.
Yeah, and again, I'm telling you that he actually looks way better in that picture than normal. Let's see if I can.
I don't doubt you for a second. I don't doubt for a second. No.
Yeah, you can tell. Like, yeah, he should definitely not be making fun of anybody's appearance. Yeah, it's fucking... Dude, both of them just so goddamn delusional. Like, I kind of get why he believes her bullshit, like, what she says. Because, he's pussy whipped them through, and... Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, dude, I think it would be fucking funny if it turned out that's not... she's not even fucking him. She's just crashing at his place because she needed a place to stay. Not even fucking him.
Oh, dude, that was fucking Laura at the place where I was living with the two dudes. Cameron would never have lowered himself to fuck her. I wouldn't have either. But Tom definitely wanted to, and so did Tom's buddy, and she was like staying there, and oh man, it was causing all sorts of chaos. She was sleeping on the couch for a while, and she was sharing people's rooms and shit, and we were all like, and I'm like, why are we letting this bitch stay here in the first place? She pays like $50 a month. Why are we? She's not on the lease. She shouldn't be here. We're violating our lease, and we're doing it for somebody who's absolutely disgusting. Like,
dude. When I was at the sober living place where I went to, like the guy that ran it was talking one time about how when he first started, it was co-ed.
Like later that's on, a fucking bad idea.
Yeah, and he talked about how, the dudes ended up, like, fighting over these bitches, and these were fucking ugly slob bitches. Like, they were not remotely attractive. But just being in the same house with two ugly bitches and two dudes that are single, or one, whatever the fucking ratio is. But yeah, like, he's like, these are girls are not worth anyone fighting over. And these guys were, like, literally coming to blows and having to get kicked out over it. So yeah,
it's insane what people will do, and that does. Okay, so here's the thing, though. That doesn't just apply to dudes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Working in the program I have, everybody who's had sex with a client is a girl. Mm-hmm. We have not had a single dude who has just like fucked one of the clients.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, there was a guy that got hired who was dating a client before he got hired, and they hired him anyway, and it was real fucking weird. So there's that, to be fair. But that was something that should never have occurred. Like, he should never have gotten hired from that. It was really weird. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is fucking really weird.
Yeah, it was one of those things where you're like, what are you doing? Like, why would you hire that guy? He was an idiot. Like, he's clearly an incompetent moron.
And he's dating one of the clients.
He's dating one of the
clients. You really
clients.
couldn't find anybody better?
Like, we can't hire. And he wasn't hired as a counselor. He was hired as like a what do you call it? Like a maintenance guy. You know, go around and like fix shit and stuff like that. So I guess they thought they could justify it that way. They ended up having to fire him anyway because he was a drunk and he had fucking one of the maintenance sheds was just filled with fucking beer cans because you just go there and get blitzed and fucking pass out most of the time.
Jesus Christ, dude!
He wasn't even doing most of the work he was supposed to be doing. They've had some bad maintenance people. The maintenance guy that was there when I got there was about 9 million years old when I first started working. He was there when I started working there. He would spend most of his days parking the maintenance truck. They had like a big like utility truck and or an old utility truck. And he would just park it in like sleep places, like in the shade. He had all these different places in the shade that he could go pass out and sleep during work instead of working. And it was pretty fucking funny. The whole thing was kind of like ridiculous.
Yeah, Jesus, dude. Yeah, that's pretty fucking nuts, man.
And let's see, he would do this thing where like he'd show up, right, and he'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna need a screw for that. I'm gonna go to the hardware store. I'll be right back." And I think you can imagine, like, literally, this motherfucker would go and buy one screw at a time from the fucking hardware store.
I was gonna say I'd be surprised if he even needed the screw to begin with.
I imagine he didn't need them at all, because no one I worked with, for some reason, was like, "Fucking what?" Because that was my first response. Was just like, "Motherfucker needs to go buy a nail." What do you mean a nail? Who the fuck buys a nail? To start with, why would you ever just buy one? That's dumb, especially if you're a maintenance guy who uses them on a regular basis. You buy a fucking pound or two. You buy a couple of pounds of nails. You go down and pick up a fucking bunch of various different size nails, so you just have them.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking. That's fucking insane. They let him do that, dude. That's fucking crazy. That they did, dude. You're like, no, dude. You can go once, get all the fucking shit you need. Or might need.
Yeah.
Every
maintenance guy they've had, I think they've had 4 or 5, has basically been the same, where they just drink, sleep, and don't do the fucking work right, and don't know how to do the work properly. Because, like, at one point there was a drawer that kept breaking, the face of the drawer kept breaking off, and in one of the houses I worked at, and I'm like, this is driving me nuts. So I was like, all right, you know what? It's not my job, but I'm gonna fucking fix it, because I can't do this all the time. This is insane.
Yeah.
Like, why am I dealing with this maintenance piece of shit, wasting all of our time? This is dumb. And so I took it home and I did what you would normally do with a drawer to fix it. You take a couple of fucking finishing nails and you put them in the front of the side, the front of it, to hold the fucking front of the thing on, so it's nailed to the fucking rest of the drawer with glue behind it. Like, you put glue in and then you nail it in place afterwards with the glue, so it stays there. And then you can just use a little fucking what is that? I forget what they call it. The little thing where you push the finishing nail a little under the wood, so it's not like flush with the surface. It's a little hole. And then you put like a little dab of wood putty and you fucking cover the little holes, and you can barely even see that it's a problem. Like, if it was a professional, if I was doing it for someone, I'd also match the stain. But you know, it was
Right.
just for like the house, and they didn't care that much about like the appearance of it, so I didn't do any of that. But it's like it was you know, it's like a 10-minute job that I had everything in the garage for. Like, are you kidding? Like, it was like, what?
Yeah.
On what
So
planet
fucking
do you need to go pick up anything to do this if you're a maintenance guy? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and they couldn't do it right. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very frustrating.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know,
you're
at the end of the
literally
day, you know, I had it all. I did it, and it was fixed. But it was just one of those things where it was like, what is going on here? You guys need to stop hiring idiots. But I guess if you don't know what you're doing, it's hard to pick out a good maintenance guy or something. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Or they're paying so little, or maybe
Probably they're paying so little is what it was ultimately was the issue, I imagine.
Yeah, where they're just like, the only people that are taking this job are people that are going to suck at it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, it's a nonprofit.
Shit.
They're not paying top dollar for anybody that works there.
Yeah.
But it's been a constant source of like bitter amusement. Because, you know, on the one hand, it's fucking hilarious and fuck the company. They're shitty. They treat their people like shit and fuck them. But on the other hand, it's like a hilarious fucking like constant just bizarre train of events where you're like, why?
Yeah,
is this
like you're
constantly
suffering
happening?
their shitty decisions. Yeah.
Yeah, like you guys keep doing this to yourselves, and it's funny, but at the same time, it's like, you know, at some point you would think you guys would figure it out and get a fucking clue.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of imagine they're literally like, all right, just take whatever resumes on whatever pile we have for this shit job. I don't want to be bothered to have to put effort into hiring somebody.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they needed to shit can a lot of people in that company, but they always fire the wrong people. It's kind of like a constant issue for them. They're I don't know why it seems so hard for people to run this company, but they're fucking idiots, man, most of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the chicks they fucking what was it? This one kind of blew my mind because it was like we had this one lady working for us, we'll call her Jay, and she was constantly like staying late and getting everything done and had everything and was fixing all the problems that were had been going on and left ignored for a long time with like paperwork and filing and everything. And so they fired her. They fired her because she was not doing her job, is what they were saying. She wasn't getting her job done. And it's like she was doing like the job of 3 people. She was in for one person's fucking pay. Like she wasn't expecting a raise or any sort of like promotion. She didn't want to be a manager. She was just did not want to leave the fucking paperwork and everything in disarray so that we would get in trouble when we got like
audited or whatever.
She wanted to make sure it was all good because she, you know, she's like genuinely gives a shit about the clients, and she wants everybody to like, you know, have the chance to stay in the program and not have us shut down because we literally had like nothing fucking done as far as like the paperwork that was supposed to be getting done. And they were like, oh, we gotta get rid of her. She's an incompetent. She's wasting everybody's time. Just a bunch of bullshit that some chick made up. Who constantly lied and didn't do her job. Like, she was the one who kept telling one of the ladies there that I had agreed to work shifts that I'd never been told about. Because in a lot of the cases, it was a situation where I was like, but I would have been fine working that shift if you'd fucking told me that you needed it covered.
Wow.
And so
that's
it was
evil,
like,
man. Holy shit.
So this lady was always pissed at me, and I'm like, look, I here's my fucking phone. Go through it. Tell me I'm wrong. You know?
Yeah.
There's
or have her show you where the fuck she allegedly told me something.
Yeah, here's my phone. There's no text. There's no phone calls from this place. Like, it's not a case of like, oh, I was just, you know, making it up or something.
Yeah.
Literally, there's no conversation betwixt the two of us at all. So, you know, I don't know where you're getting this. You know, we had this fucking deal thing. You know, like I didn't fucking know I was supposed to be here. I got off work last week on my Friday night, and I fucking was looking at the schedule, and it said this is when I was coming back. So that's when I showed back up again.
That's so evil, man.
And
the bitch just like fucking called off and then blamed you for it, like that you were supposed to. Well,
no, this was the manager.
Oh Jesus, dude!
She was the fucking manager, dude. Like it was crazy. It was like,
wow.
I'm happy, and the thing is, a lot of the shifts were shifts that I would have been more than happy to take. I would have been like, oh yeah, I'll take that shift, no problem. She just never bothered to tell me. And they would change my schedule and shit when I was off.
Yeah, and not even bother to fucking call you. Holy shit!
No phone call, no email, nothing. Just like whatever. You know, you should have been here and you weren't. And it's like no, you can't change my schedule when I'm off work and not tell me. You have to actually give me some sort of communication on that. Like, pretty sure that's actually like legally speaking, not just like morally speaking. Like from an employment like law thing, you can't punish your employees for not knowing when you change their schedule and their off time.
Yeah, like what are they expecting you to do? Come in on your days off to see if the fucking schedule changed?
Yeah,
like,
well, and a lot of this shit would be like the night before, so it's like not on top of the fact that like there's no way I could possibly have known this was going down, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fucked up, man.
But
and that's a bitch that got the hard-working bitch fired because she wanted the job.
Oh, because she wanted the job that everybody was saying that this other chick should have gotten. And so she had a friend who was in the main office, who I'm gonna assume is just as bad. Basically, they worked together to get every awesome manager we had fired or to quit.
Yeah, anybody that was competent.
Yeah, because the manager before her that worked there was Hal. He was like this gay dude that came in and worked for us, and he was fucking rich. He drove like a brand new Tesla that he had, and it wasn't the low end one; it was the high end one.
Right.
He fucking bought a new furnace and a new AC unit for the fucking company for the house when he worked there. Like, you don't do that shit if you're not rolling in fucking cash. The mattress that's in the bed that I sleep on now, because he got there after the first manager who was like fired because she wasn't doing her job and had lied about whether or not the overnight staff wanted, beds to sleep on. He bought like $500 fucking twin-sized mattress that was like amazing. It's more comfortable than the mattress that's on my bed now. That I bought just now, like brand new. It's still more comfortable than that.
Wow.
And like, he did so much stuff for the program, but on top of that, he was extremely competent. He was steadily getting all of the paperwork in order that should have been in order that should never have been.
Out of order.
Yeah, it should never have been out of order in the first place, really. It was just, not... The first chick worked there for like a year and a half and just didn't do anything. Was kind of what was the problem.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean, if you can imagine how quickly that adds up over 12 clients with no paperwork, it was pretty bad.
Dude, that's nuts, man.
Yeah, 12 clients paperwork for all the bureaucracy that goes on in there, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. And I assume like it's kind of a pain, but if you're doing it every day or whatever, it's not really that bad. If you let it go.
Oh yeah, no. The paperwork is really easy to keep up with if you're just doing the paperwork on a regular basis. Yeah, the only reason it was even an issue was just the fact that it had just not been done.
Yeah.
Because essentially, like, each client is going to have like an intake packet that we get from the county, and then we have a bunch of shit they have to sign as agreements to be in the program. that either have to be signed by them or by them and by their conservator, because they don't always have the authority to make those decisions themselves. But we still have them sign it, and we still go over what we expect of them and make sure that they understand that this is what they're agreeing to do when they're at the program. Like, you will take your medication. You will not have caffeinated beverages on the property. Or even at all in some cases. Because some people they're not supposed to have caffeine with their medications. It's just not good for them.
Oh, wow. I didn't know caffeine fucked with shit like that.
Caffeine can fuck with antipsychotics and antidepressants. Yeah. 99% of the time, it's not an issue. You know what I mean? It's just there's a few people who have like manic or stuff like manic issues where like they just can't fucking it puts them into high gear. Like they just get all fucking just
get all manic on
fucking puts them into like a crazy state of mind. Like it really fucks with their head. So and the thing is, like, in general, it's never like, unless it's a known thing before they come in, it's always a look, you can have caffeine, you just can't have it after this period or after this time of night, and you can't have it on site. We don't allow caffeine on the premises at all. Like, no alcohol, no caffeine, no weed. Even though all three are legal. You know what I mean? It's just, we just don't allow it. Because they can fuck with the meds. And, you know, we're like a sober living thing, so it's like, kind of like makes sense to at least ban the alcohol and the weed, you know? Like, you can't have like a sober house where some of the people are getting fucked up on a fucking night, man. Yeah. Woo.
Right.
That ain't gonna work. Just bad plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so
Not
there'd be like a couple
idea.
of packets that we have to keep track of. We have intake packets we fill out. We have outtake packets that we fill out when they leave the program to go on to whatever else they're going on to, or if they get kicked out. And then while they're here, there's a 2-page weekly report that has to be done every week. There's progress notes that get done every day, but literally, like, you're filling that out every day. It's a few sentences for each person. And it's all typed up on a computer, so it takes maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour at the end of the day, depending on how crazy the day was. If you're working day shifts, for me, it takes 5 minutes. At the beginning of my work week, I just go through and fill out, like, appeared to sleep through the night on everybody. And since it's all digital, I can just go back and change it if I need to.
Yeah.
So I'll just fill out, like, 1 week at a time. Like, I'll just go in on my first night and just cut and paste and all the paperwork I need to get done so that it's all done for the week. And my manager knows I do it, and it's not a problem. So thankfully, like, my manager's really dumb in a lot of situations right now because she's kind of young and she won't confront people. But at least she's smart enough to understand that, like, it's a digital file. I can just go back and edit. There's no reason not to fill out in advance. And quite frankly, that no one else is doing it is really dumb. So it's super easy, and then all that just gets filed in like a big manila folder in the garage for fucking, what do you call it? Like, I think we have to keep it for 5 years after they leave.
Yeah, like compliance purposes or whatever.
Yeah, because they're legal documents. So they may be called into court for any number of reasons. Maybe they're trying to get off of conservatorship some point down the road, and this is like part of what their lawyer wants to show as like an example of how well they did at our program or something, which is, part of what we're there for. We want to get people off conservatorship and living on their own. So it's super, like, it's not a lot of paperwork for as bureaucracy driven as where I work is. The amount of paperwork is extremely minimal. But, unfortunately, you got fucking retards that, like, either don't want to do it or try to find all sorts of ways to get away with not doing it, and it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's something that only takes a few minutes a day, 5 minutes tops.
Yeah,
but when you don't do it for like a month and a half, when you don't do it for like 3 months, then it becomes a problem.
Yep, exactly, 100%. Yeah. That's what it boils down to eventually. Is just like, yeah, if you just fucking let it pile up, yeah, it's going to be a real issue. Yeah, every time. But yeah, I mean, if I'd wanted to be management, it would have been well within my range of affordable. I could have done it. Like, it's not like a super difficult fucking task or anything like that.
Right.
But
yeah, goddamn, I'm fucking lazy. But how can if I'm saying you're lazy, mother.
Yes,
yeah, that's
they
my
were
whole thing. I'm like, dude.
To an extreme. It was really unfortunate.
Yeah.
And the thing that gets me is, like, doing the job probably would have been on par with how much work it took to avoid doing the job.
Yeah, dude, that reminds me of I remember a chick in like a recovery meeting that was talking about just that, about how as addicts we'll put more work into avoiding work. And she was talking about how she would like when she's supposed to vacuum the house, like as a kid, she would literally take the vacuum out, like move it around so the little vacuum grew, so it looked like she vacuumed. So she would get it out and do that, and like with most vacuums, I don't know how it is in vacuum years, but I assume it's similar, where like you actually get a little bit of power assistance when it's on.
Yeah.
Like it's actually easier to move the thing over all the carpet if it's on.
And so, she was moving it over the carpet without it being on, making it more difficult for her.
Yeah, just to make it look like she did the work.
Oh, so, my God.
I thought that was a perfect illustration of addict being a dumbass.
That's glorious in its own special way.
More effort into avoiding work. Dude, yeah. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I've never done that, but I could totally see myself doing that.
Oh, yeah. Well, like some of the stuff you do when you're a teenager is like that, like my brother.
Oh, yeah.
My brother never wanted to take a full shower when he was like, well, even a teenager at that point. He's a little younger than that. But I mean, like, he used to go to some pretty amusing extents, like to avoid taking a shower and stuff like that.
Yeah, like going in the bathroom and just running it.
Like rubbing shampoo in his hair and then toweling it off, and then like you're like, dude, you probably could have taken a whole shower in the period of time it takes to do that. Like, homie, like what? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, or like in gym class, we were like a bunch of us. Like it was required that you had to shower, like after gym class or whatever. So most of us would just go over and just literally just run our head fucking shower so our hair was wet, and then like wrap a towel around ourselves. Be like, see, we showered, because you literally have to go up to the guy and tell him that you had showered. You're like, just kind of weird now that I think about it, but.
It's a group home thing. We have to like make our clients shower all the time. It's weird. I don't know why. You would think you shouldn't fucking have to, but like no, we literally have to like make our clients like shower in a lot of cases. It's weird.
Yeah. Well, I assume there was some point where everybody was just stinking too badly. And I mean, it's unsanitary, but it's also just kind of gross, I would imagine. They're like, all right, we're going to have to make showers mandatory for these freaks.
We had a problem where people weren't fucking washing their bedding. There was a bunch of people that wouldn't fucking wash their bedding. So, like, if you're sharing a room at a group home and your fucking sheets stink like shit all day, and your roommate's gonna be pissy and mad at you all the time because you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and honestly, you gotta go along most of the time, cleaning like the bedding and all that. But yeah, I mean, you gotta let it go for quite a while before it gets to the point where your like fucking roommate is like pissed about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it takes quite a while.
Yeah, it takes months to get that stinky, dude. Unless you're pissing or shitting yourself, I guess, which might not be out of the realm
we've
of
had clients with that issue.
Yeah.
It's not super common, but it does happen.
Yeah. I figured.
You know.
But yeah. I assume they're just like, well, I can't smell it.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, you can't smell your own funk, man. Yeah.
Pretty much. It's like I take the time to, you know, clean my bedding every week that I use at work. Like, I don't sleep in the bed, in the sheets and stuff. Not like there's anything wrong with them. I just choose not to.
Right.
And what I'll do is I'll take, you know, those mattress protectors that have like a rubber sheet backing on like one side.
Oh yeah.
I had one for like a bed, like a full XL, but I just, because I just got rid of a queen size mattress, I have one left over from that's queen size, and so I cut all the elastic fabric off of it, and I lay it out over the whole thing, and over the whole bed, all the bedding that's on the bed, the blanket and everything. And I sleep on top of that with like my own pillows and my own blankets and stuff. Actually, you know what? To be fair, the reason I do it is because the bedding could be tainted where I work.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like group homes have a tendency to get things like lice and fleas and shingles and stuff like that go around and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's actually I feel a lot safer to just put a rubber barrier between me and the bed and just sleep with my own bedding and then clean that every week in like hot water, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a reason. Yeah, totally understandable.
Yeah, what was it? The lady I work for, the manager, one of the dumb shit things she decided to do, because she won't confront people. I think I put fucking one of the. I took a picture of one of the things she fucking wrote down, and put on one of the on the bathroom door. Let me see here, because I know I put it.
Oh shit! Was that the one you posted? Where she basically said to sanitize the toilet and the sink every time you fucking use it?
Yeah, and you're like sitting there watching it, you look at that and you're like, every fucking time, sanitize, what are you on? Like, what kind of drugs are you fucking on? There's another one now up by the desk. This is like, you know, make sure you're clocking out at the right time and you're not getting overtime unless you're authorized by management. Because, you know, you're not supposed to fucking wait. Because, like, it's one of those things where, like, you don't have to clock out on the minute. If you're, like, 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after, you're fine. Like, it doesn't count as 15 minutes late or 15 minutes early. You have to wait, like, 8 minutes, I think, in order for it to be early. It has to be 8 minutes one way or the other to count as 15.
Right.
And you know, they do that because otherwise, you know, it's ridiculous. Like, in companies, you know, it'd be kind of ridiculous. You have to clock out, like, at 3 p.m. exactly. Or you got, like, an extra minute's worth of pay, and then you get in trouble for it. Like, that's just dumb shit.
Yeah.
It makes more sense to have a little leeway for both you and for your company. But there's now a big fucking sign up about, like, don't do this, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm talking to the guy in the eating shift. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? That's not how that works. We have it done, like, differently for a reason. It's really easy the way it is. Like, we know, and there's no reason to worry about clocking in, like, 5 minutes early or late because you're not gonna get 15 minutes of overtime. And he's like, oh no, well this is just there's this one person. And I'm like, fucking again? Because the whole bathroom sign was one person was leaving a mess in the fucking bathroom. And instead of just going and talking to that person and saying, hey, this isn't okay. You're an adult. This is a fucking place where you work. Do not leave the bathroom gross and disgusting when you're done.
Yeah.
And I will make sure that there are, you know, those little fucking disinfecting wipes you buy at the store. I'll, you know, make sure those are available and whatever. But it's not okay to leave, like, piss and shit or blood or whatever, issue, because most of the people that work there are women.
Yeah.
In the wrong place or all over the toilet or whatever, you gotta fucking clean up.
Yeah. Oh, dude, my son was really bad about it. Like, I had to be on him for a while before he finally fucking got it. Like, dude, if there's any pee on the fucking seat, wipe it up, dude. What the fuck? Like, I would literally, like, go into the bathroom.
God,
he'd be in his room or whatever.
Fucking my brother.
And I'd be like, all right, hey, come here. Like, he'd be playing his game or whatever, and I'm like, no, stop. I don't care if you're in the middle of the game. Come here. Wipe this shit down. You know what I mean? So he finally fucking, like, it finally sunk in.
My brother does that to this day. There's no way to stop it. He just refuses to acknowledge that the pee is even his.
Dude,
which is ridiculous.
That's so weird. Yeah.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
You know what I do? I sit down on the toilet to pee. You know why? Because I don't like cleaning piss off the floor.
Right.
Because no matter how good you are, sooner or later you're gonna miss. Especially if it's 2 in the morning and you woke up and you just have to pee and go back to sleep. That's when it's like the worst. That's the most likely product where you're gonna have with pee on the floor, and you'll wake up in the morning and whatever your normal wake up time is, and be like, oh god, now there's pee all over the floor. Obviously it's yours from the night before because you were half asleep and you couldn't figure you're aiming your peeing by sonar.
Right.
But it was just like that's one of those things where it's like, oh, if you just sit down on the toilet, you don't ever have to clean the pee off the floor. All right, I'm in.
All right. Yeah, I don't do that, but I can see the wisdom in that for sure.
I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it always for like everything, but for like those middle of the night pees, that's when you really want to do it.
Yeah, that makes sense, dude.
Because then you don't have to turn on any lights. Everything is, you can just be like, everything just be like, what do you call it? Just nice and quick, and you're back in bed, and you don't have to worry about cleaning shit up in the morning. But yeah, it's just like, regardless of that, it's insane that like you wouldn't just go confront the one person in the company that's doing that and just be like, no, you stop doing that.
Yeah.
Because now they're gonna think, well, nobody knows it's me. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And it's the same thing with the overtime. It's like, just stop fucking doing that. There was another thing, I can't remember what it was, but there was another thing where they were like, don't use the computer for anything other than work stuff.
Yeah.
Don't like watch fucking Netflix and YouTube and shit on the computer.
Yeah.
Because there was a person who was watching like their fucking these crime documentaries on there all the time. And it was just like, no, you can't do that. That's not cool.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
But at no point did she just go and talk to the one person who was actually the problem. It's just these announcements to the whole everybody, remember, you're not supposed to do that. Well, everybody does know that. It's just one person. So why don't you just go talk to that one person and stop fucking bothering the rest of us with these dumb fucking forums? I'm not watching YouTube on the fucking work computer at work. I use my fucking phone. I'm not an idiot. They can't track what I'm doing on my phone, and they don't care if I do it because I'm asleep overnight. All the clients are asleep. I'm allowed to sleep. If I want to sit and watch YouTube on my phone, they don't give a shit. Then they can care less. I can bring a computer and do whatever I want all night. But for the day shift people, if they're doing that instead of their job, you just fucking write them up. That's what you do. That's what a boss does.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, like the passive-aggressive thing. I guess it's just being timid, not.
I think it's her first job where she's actually expected to do stuff and be doing things, and she just doesn't understand how to confront people yet. But it's like, you gotta fucking learn.
Yeah.
If you're gonna continue being management anywhere, you gotta fucking learn to confront people because it's like being in a long-term relationship. At a certain point, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to get fixed or changed in any positive way if you don't just do it. You can't.
Yeah.
If your wife is doing something that's driving you nuts all the time, and you never say anything, you just keep making passive-aggressive hints, She's never going to stop doing whatever it is that drives you nuts. And I think most people, like, you know, for the first year of a relationship, maybe, that's still, I think, pushing it. You want to, like, pretend to be that perfect person or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think if you're at least in any kind of long-term relationship after the first year, you finally realize, fuck, we're going to have a fight about this. I get it. You know, like...
Yeah, fuck, I'm going to have to say something there.
Yeah, because you know that's the only way it's going to change is if you fucking bring it up and deal with it. You know, like you're going to have to be the grown-up, you're going to have to put on your big boy pants and say, like, babe, I can't fucking stand when you do this, you got to stop, it's driving me nuts.
Come on, Pope. Come on. Yeah, guys are pretty good about being direct.
Yeah, women have to
women
do
will,
too.
like, weird, like, hinty shit, and then, like, count that as telling you, instead of, you know what I mean?
Oh, because 90% of the time, if they just said something, you'd be happy to, to figure out something to deal with it.
Like, I told you a bunch of times. I'm like, no, you just, like, offhanded, related hints about it. Like, none of the subtlety bullshit. Just fucking say it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, what was it? For whatever reason, when I was younger, like I was taking psychology courses in college and stuff, and so people would ask me like relationship advice like that I knew, and honestly, like almost 95% of the time, I think there was a couple times where I was like, "That's just abusive. Fucking leave."
Yeah,
like, that's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. You just need to find another person to be with. That person is abusive, and they're going to have to figure that out sooner or later. But why make it your problem to deal with?
Yeah.
One person who didn't understand that self-confidence and egotism were different things. She just didn't get that the guy she was dating on and off again was an extreme narcissist. So I had to explain. I'm like, look, that's not self-confidence. He's not like wicked awesome. He's a narcissist, and he's got you playing his game. And then she fucking was much happier when she finally stopped dating him altogether. And it wasn't because I wanted to fuck her, because I never did, and I never was interested in it. So, like, it was legitimately, I was just like, nah, this dude's he's an asshole, and it's never going to get better.
Yeah. You're literally like, look, I'm tired of hearing you complain about this, so that's how this works.
That's fucking, that's exactly what it was. It was like, I can't keep listening to you fucking bitch. You're doing it to yourself because he's never going to get better. Oh, man. But every other time was just like, you just need to clear the air with the person you're with. Like, you guys are, you're husband and wife, or your boyfriend and girlfriend. You've been together for 6 months. If you can't talk about this with them, then why even be in that relationship? So go talk to them, because that's who you need to talk to. Don't tell me about it. I can't make it change. Like, stop wasting my fucking time, assholes.
Shut up.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the same thing as Management. She needs to not be so fucking timid.
Yeah.
Oh, the wokies are getting fired.
Oh, dude, I saw that. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw a bit where I'm like, yeah, good, fuck you.
Oh, I really did not like the tone of the video from the actual Justice Warrior on that one. He was like, they're not, it's everybody that loses their job. It's bad for everybody to lose their job. It's not easy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, bro.
Okay.
These people don't need sympathy at all. Like, there's no sympathy for these people. These are the people that have caused all these other people to lose their jobs time and time again, have actively suppressed information that could have kept people safe during, like, the pandemic.
Dude, I was fucking amazed.
Probably responsible
at them
for
making the videos. Like, I don't know. I would feel like if I was there, and I was literally like, oh yeah, I did nap, I would fucking never let anyone know that that's how little I did at the fucking job. You know what I mean?
Oh God, I would never.
Like, Dude,
I go in, have
nuts.
lunch, take a nap, and then I'm done for the day? Fuck you, I'm not telling anybody that. I'm certainly not broadcasting it to the world.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? How do you not know? You shouldn't be pointing that out.
But also, these are the same people who, when they destroyed other people's jobs and the economy in all these ways by... And I feel like they genuinely directly destroyed the economy, because they're the ones that are preventing people from talking about all the things that are going on, and keep misinformation, so people think that it's perfectly reasonable for our government to spend all of our money giving free shit to fucking foreigners for votes.
Yeah.
To keep the left in power. Like, they're the ones that are, like, responsible for that kind of shit. They're the ones that were like, oh yeah, just learn to program, learn to code, asshole. Learn to code.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, I love seeing that get thrown at, like, the people like Kotaku. Is that weird shit? You see all the fucked up, like, the games journalists.
Oh,
who are all fucking worthless and just propagandists. Yeah, dude, it was funny to see them get that tweeted back at them. Yeah, well, remember when you said to learn to code? Well, maybe you should.
Yeah, maybe you should learn to fucking code. That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude, I don't understand how Kotaku's got to be, like, how do they still have any fucking money? Like, everybody seems to hate them, right?
BlackRock.
Yeah,
like everybody, you know, like, acts like it's this weird thing, but it's like, no, they're fucking, they're
BlackRock is
paying for that.
Still
shit.
Feels like the propaganda aspect is worth paying these fucking unprofitable businesses. Apparently. Yeah, because it's kind of like, how do you not? Like, it kind of has to be that way. Like, people aren't that fucking stupid, right? Where they're going to keep doing the same shit that's being universally rejected by your fucking customers, and yet you still do the same bullshit. And getting more and more people to leave your fucking, like, no longer interact with you and your business.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, sorry. I just.
Oh, sorry, no, I was talking stuff.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were worried that I was off again, or I couldn't hear you again. I was like, oh no, I can hear you. I just didn't have anything to say about it.
No, I'm trying to determine if this spider is still alive or not.
Oh, I had a microphone spider, but he died.
All right, let me see if this works.
I had a little tiny baby microphone spider that was living in my microphone fluff, but he died or moved somewhere.
God damn it, what that fucking thing go? Shit.
Oh, are you not like not a spider fan?
I am definitely not a spider fan, dude.
Okay, I had one that I thought was cute, and I was like missing it.
Oh shit. I think so. Yeah, bear with me, dude. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Fuck. Yeah, no, the spiders and scorpions, dude, I fucking despise.
I don't like them in my house most of the time. I don't really have a real issue with them. Like, I'm not afraid, and as long as they're not in my house, I don't give a shit. Like, do whatever the fuck you want. You're fucking be a spider somewhere. Yay.
Yeah, well, this one, like, so last night, it was either last night or the night before, like, this fucking thing came down off of the, like, front of the house, and was literally, like, coming down on its little web spinner thing, and ended up, like, 5 inches from my face, and
oh,
kind of
shit.
slightly swinging at me, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's cute when they're tiny. I don't mind them when they're tiny.
I got threatened by a tiny spider.
Oh, no, like, that's obviously a big spider, but I mean, like, I had a little tiny one that was building webs and kept, like, trying to build webs onto my hand. Because it was going from my microphone that hangs above my monitor on my computer.
Oh, gotcha.
And so it was building. It originally built like a teeny tiny little web between the microphone and like the arm that holds the microphone, like one of those big arms that like moves around and like can position the mic wherever you want it.
Gotcha.
And
yeah.
Eventually, it started doing that with like my hand, because like my hand was there, and it was like trying to build a web to my hand as I would be like playing computer games and shit. I thought that was fucking adorable.
That's kind of funny, dude.
But I thought it was like a pinhead size spider. I actually don't mind spiders in my room. Like I don't mind at all.
Yeah, it depends.
But in California, they're daddy long legs, so they're totally harmless. Like if it's like a like anything that like could potentially be harmful in any way, I'll fucking kill it.
Yeah, see, we got black widows and brown recluses.
Same. Yeah, if it's one of those, I'll kill the fucking thing for sure.
Yeah.
No question. But if it's like a little daddy long legs, I'm happy to have them because they fucking like I don't have any mosquitoes. There's no fruit flies, even though we get fruit flies in the rest house, and there's no fruit flies in my room ever. There's no fucking. It works much more to my benefit to keep them alive most of the time if it's just like a daddy long legs.
Yeah.
And then if it's outside, I don't give a shit as long as it's not. If it's in my house, free reign, murder it. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I've never gotten bit by one of those. Or any spider, really. Yeah, mainly just scorpions and bee stings I had to deal with.
I've had spider bites that I suspected were spider bites, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it wasn't definite.
Yeah, because you wake up and like your eyelid has got like a big raised bump on it, or your lip is kind of swollen. And you assume it was like some sort of bug bite or a spider bite in the middle of the night that you got?
Yeah. Actually, probably I have to. Same thing. Probably like something I thought was an ant bite, spider bite at some point.
Yeah, could have been an ant. Could have been a spider. Whatever. Like, yeah, I've had that. That's the worst I've had. But like I said, I couldn't tell you for sure if it was a spider bite.
Yeah. The scorpions. Those were definite. Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
Oh, scorpions! I have no cool with scorpions. I don't want scorpions anywhere near me. I don't want them in the same zip code as I'm in. Fuck scorpions. No. Something about scorpions it's like a visceral fucking hatred of them.
Yeah. Well, they just look evil, dude. Like there's nothing fucking pleasant looking. They have half their body is essentially dedicated to this big ass stinger that can just inject venom into you. Yeah, they just look evil, dude.
Yeah, there's nothing about them that's good. They're like aliens.
Yeah, they almost seem like they're from a different planet or something. God damn. Yeah. I mean, technically they're the same family of spiders. They're all arachnids or whatever. But yeah, not the same.
No. Yeah, no, not even in the same fucking ballpark.
Yeah. No, I don't like either of them. But I despise scorpions far more than I despise any other spider, really. Their sting, dude, that's the worst, man. Like a bee sting, I've been stung by bees, I've been stung by fucking scorpions. Bee sting is nothing compared to a fucking scorpion bite sting, dude. Jesus Christ.
Really? Because I've been stung by a bee, and it wasn't the worst thing I've ever had happen, but it certainly wasn't pleasant.
Yeah, it doesn't last long either. Like it's
it
minutes.
was sore for like a day or something. Like the rest of the day I got stung, not like a whole day. You know what I mean? Like I got stung in the afternoon, and then by the evening it was kind of like, yeah, whatever. Like it's not bad at all.
Like like it's initially painful, but it's like for a few minutes, and then maybe it'll ache for a day or whatever. Yeah, a scorpion one lasts a good 20 minutes. Like it fucking hurts and it fucking burns. Like a good 15-20 minutes, dude. Before it finally starts subsiding,
really?
And then it's
that's
still
a long.
Yeah, it's like, the initial, because again, a bee sting hurts pretty bad right away, but it subsides very quickly.
Unless you're
I don't
like
know,
me and
20,
you
30
try to pop it
seconds.
like a zit to get the fucking stinger out.
Oh yeah,
Inject the fucking venom into your fucking. It was the back of my knee that I got stung in twice. That's the only 2 times I've been stung by a bee.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
was,
that's a real pain to get the fucking stinger out on a random fucking trail out in the middle of the fucking world. You're nowhere near any, like, you're not near your house or anything like that, and you're just fucking trying to dig a stinger out of the back of your fucking knee.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, the first time I didn't know how to do it, so I just fucking had to get underneath. I pushed my nails down under the how far it was in and squeezed it out that way. And that fucking hurt a lot extra. But then I found out you can drag a credit card over the fucking sting and it'll just pull the whole thing out. So the second time was a lot easier. I just, yanked my wallet out and fucking scraped over it a couple times till it came out and it was gone.
Yeah, I had my ex do it because mine was on the back of the neck.
So, man.
Both of them were on the back, Like one time it was at work and I accidentally got under my collar somehow. And then, the other time was like, again, we get back in the car. Like I saw bees, and so I was on the lookout for it. And apparently it had gotten in under my shirt, or like in my back. That's why I couldn't see it anywhere anymore. So as soon as my back touched the back of the seat in the car, I got stung. So that one was no way I was gonna get. Yeah,
the worst I ever got was with a bee, and it didn't end up stinging me though. I had a bee in my mouth when I was younger, when I was a kid.
Damn.
So I had a soda and I left it unattended and a fucking bee went into it. So I took a big old drink and the bee went into my mouth and I spat it out probably really close to before it could sting me. And then there was another time I had a bee that got tangled in my hair. Which is weird because I haven't had hair in a long time because I keep my head shaved. Because it's cheaper and easier than getting haircuts all the time. Like I don't want to pay like somebody $30 to trim my hair every couple of fucking weeks or months or whatever. Fuck that noise.
I'd say it's been at least 15 years since I paid any. Yeah, summertime I shave it. Like I keep putting it up like in a fucking ponytail with a rubber band, instead of just fucking shaving it off. But almost every year that's what I do. Just shave it all off over the summer.
Yep. So much easier, so much nicer. I just take a electric razor and just shave my head every couple of days or whatever. Or if I get lazy, I'll let it grow to like a 1/4 inch or like a 1/2 inch long, and then I'll just get a little, like clippers and buzz it all off again and start over.
Yeah, I'll usually let it go until it's a significant length where it's not cooler anymore. Because it's great, dude. Having the shaved head, or even just if you're just using clippers. Like, the temperature difference is significant.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah. Freshly shaved head with the AC running, and you're like, oh, this is wonderful.
Yeah, or just putting a little film. Such a huge difference when you're bald like that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's like one of those things, like, if it's hot out, you can just take, like, a cool cloth, especially if you have a shaved head, and just drape it over your head for a little while, and you'll really cool down quick if, like, you're way too hot.
Yeah.
But if you have hair, it's not nearly as effective. Like, if you're bald, though, holy shit, that will cool you down.
Yeah. Just being bald is good, and then, putting that little film of hair on there. So it's fucking magical. How well that shit works. So yeah, you got to get around to actually fucking shaving my head. This is probably the longest I've gone in fucking quite a while.
Yep. But it's just super. There was another few things that I wanted to do. Oh, the cops! I thought that was funny because I remember. I think we talked about it a long time ago. The cops that arrested that girl for the drawing of a gun or whatever. Like how ridiculous that they even fucking arrested her for it. Like, because she was like a 10-year-old girl at school, and apparently drew a drawing of a gun, her shooting a gun at somebody, or somebody shooting a gun at somebody. They were all stick figures and shit anyway.
Right, right.
And the person that the gun was shooting at had their head on the floor, so they fucking, the school people called the police.
Yeah,
which is, you know,
great.
Fucking insane that you would even call them. But even more insane was the police arrested her. But they also apparently went as far as to put fucking handcuffs on her.
Wow.
Like, she wasn't even fighting them. She was just, like, totally compliant. Because, you know, she's a fucking 10-year-old. She didn't know what...
Yeah.
Like, she's probably just scared and confused at the fact that she's even talking to the cops, you know?
Yeah.
And these fucking jackasses fucking handcuffed her. So the courts finally, this happened years ago, apparently the courts have finally decided that, yeah, no, the parents can sue the police for excessive force, and maybe a jury might agree that handcuffing a 10-year-old is excessive.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude? Yeah, the fact it took that long is kind of fucking nuts.
Oh, that was good. And then I posted a video. I posted a couple videos like this. The police are getting worse and worse. Like, as far as like they're bothering people just for like standing around or sitting in their car, going out and trying to like get them. What do you call it?
Yeah, fucking with them.
Want to get? We got to search your car. We need to fucking see your ID. All that other bullshit, right? And you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, there was a DEA one where the guy was like, I don't need your consent. You don't have any rights, blah, blah, blah. And shit like that, whereas he clearly just wildly violated the Constitution. Like, obviously the guy's a fucking asshole, but like just wiping his ass with the Constitution. Level.
Yeah, I watched when he posted. The guy is like, the cop is so proud of himself. He's got such a self-satisfied grin on his face when he says, you don't have any rights. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Like, what do you mean I don't have any rights? Do you even know what you're talking about? Like, are you a fucking retard? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, if you want to say I'm not free to go, that's one thing.
Yeah, but like my rights didn't just disappear because you got a hard-on one day when you looked at yourself in the fucking mirror with a badge on. Like,
yeah,
fuck off, dude.
You
like to play with your gun and touch yourself at night doesn't mean the Constitution stopped applying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the fucking general public's fault that you have a Napoleon complex because you're a little shit, a little fucking short asshole.
But like that's getting worse and worse. And I was watching this video from Donut, where unfortunately a police dog got stabbed, which I thought was really unfortunate. Like that the dog got stabbed because the dog doesn't deserve to be there at all, in my opinion. Shouldn't be there.
Oh yeah.
But the thing that struck me when I was watching it was there was no attempt to de-escalate the situation at all. Like, they just got out of the car screaming and yelling at this guy and threatening him with the dog. There was never any attempt to even have a conversation. Like with this guy that they had a warrant to arrest. And it's like, I'm totally fine with you guys going out and serving a warrant. That's your fucking job. But, like, maybe you don't get out of the car with guns drawn, screaming and yelling at the guy, and then sick a dog on him, and then shoot him because he fucking stabbed the dog in self-defense, you know?
Yeah. Jesus.
He didn't die. I think he just went to the hospital or whatever. But it was one of those moments where you're like, the reason that dog got stabbed is because none of you did your jobs right.
Yeah, you just sicked the fucking dog on him without saying anything? Is that basically what happened?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Jesus, dude. Like, what the fuck, man?
The dog had no. I mean, the guy had no. He was just terrified. Like, you could tell he was like terrified.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
out of the blue. Understandable.
Essentially, these cops just fucking went out to fucking shoot somebody that day. You know, like there was no way that was ever going to end any other way because it was just so fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it's like they're like, yeah, fuck this guy, 'cause he's a... Like, yeah, no, you gotta kind of still treat him as a fucking human being, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just because he's
like,
a junkie doesn't mean you can do whatever the fuck you want to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking gross, dude.
But it was one of those things where it was like, clearly this is only happening because the police are not doing their job properly. And I feel like it seems like it's become more of a cycle, and I wonder what the root cause is. Is it the what do you call it, the defund the police kind of bullshit, where everybody's always like shitting on the police, and like, is that part of what's causing police to have so many problems, or is it just policy issues? Where they're essentially doing Terry stops just randomly all over the place now, because it seems it's bizarre that all of a sudden, like, just this constant, like, I mean, I'm seeing new videos every day, multiple new videos every day of people who are just sitting in their car on the street, or sitting in a park, or standing on the corner, and the police are like, "No, I'm gonna have to see your ID, sir," and it's like, no, you fucking don't. Like, that dude's not doing anything. They're just standing there. You don't get to go and question and start investigating if there's no actual suspicion of a crime. And standing around is not suspicion of a crime. Like, this is not how the police are supposed to function. Because I can see it being a case of we need to get as much funding as we can by going out and finding crimes and solving them and getting people fined and demonstrating our value or whatever, so that we're getting more funding from the cities or whatever. So I'm wondering if it's that, or if it's you know, policies coming down from government or whatever. But the whole thing seems just so crazy.
Yeah. There's definitely a failure at some point.
Yeah, and it's like we need to figure out where that problem is starting, because we don't need police being hyper aggressive and violent and fucking harassing people for just walking down the street and shit. Like, that's the shit that happens in the fucking third world.
Yeah. It's definitely some Banana Republic type shit.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be the kind of stuff that happens
bullshit.
in, like, civilized countries, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a concern. And I just, it's weird. You know, like, oh yeah, the fucking, what was the one I thought that was kind of funny? The Jewish guy. I fucking love the Jewish guy. I don't know if you've ever seen that guy's videos, but it's fucking great.
Yeah, I didn't watch the actual video. Yeah, that's funny. He's just basically letting everybody know where the great deals are.
He seems to be just genuinely fucking enjoys sharing, like, and it's not just like Amazon. It's every store you can think of he goes to.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. Yeah. No, I love a good bargain, dude. I'm not Jewish, although maybe I am, and I'm not been told. I do have a rather suspiciously large nose for a non-Jewish guy.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, I definitely enjoy a good deal when I come across it.
Oh, yeah,
when I
that's
go
why I
shopping
watch.
for clothes, I generally will look and see if there's anything halfway decent in the clearance rack before I move on to any other section of the clothing store.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, like, what was it? Oh, God, I don't remember what I was talking to, but I was like, man, I haven't bought clothes in forever, because I don't go out and buy clothes on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah.
We were raiding, like, random retail stores in VR. There's, like, a room where it has, like, a tier board, you know, where it has, like, the A, B, C, D, E, or no, A, B, C, D, E, and stuff like that across the board.
Oh,
so
right.
you can rate, like, you know, say like, if you were doing like a tier list, yeah, like a tier list of like, you know, fast food, you'd be like, Burger King is pretty low, it's like a D, you know.
Yeah.
McDonald's is like a D. They're not the highest level. They're okay, but they're pretty gnarly.
Right.
Yeah. We're doing retail stores, and this chick was with us, and she was talking about how, like, you know, they go to the store all the time to buy clothes and stuff, and I'm like, why are you buying clothes, like, on a regular basis? I haven't bought fucking clothes in 3 years.
Yeah. They would go a long time. Yeah, it is not an activity that I enjoy. Even, you know, it's only when it's pretty much absolutely necessary. You know. Yeah, and actually, even now, dude, I'll wear shit, at least around the house. It's got, like, fucking gigantic fucking holes and shit in it. Where my mom gets tired of looking at it, and she's like, hey, I bought you some shirts. Can you please stop wearing that?
For God's sake, put some fucking clothes on that we can't see your nipples in.
Right. Oh, fuck. But yeah, even, like at work and shit. Or, you know, when I'd have to actually buy work clothes. I fucking hated that shit, dude. I would definitely not do it any more than absolutely necessary.
100% with you on that. 100% with you on that one. I absolutely hate buying clothes too, but you know, necessary evil. But.
Yeah, like when I worked at Verizon, like for the first couple of years. Like they bought our, you know, they bought our, you know, polo shirts that had Verizon on it, and we just had to buy, you know, slacks and wear, you know, some kind of dressy shoes. But then they took that away, and then they made it mandatory that we had to wear like long sleeve button up shirts and ties. So then I had to go buy all that shit. I'm like, God damn it, dude.
Oh, that's the fucking, yeah, that's the one that gets me. Is like, I feel like any company that expects you to wear like a dress code or a uniform should be paying you for the clothes.
Yeah, you know exactly. I mean? Yeah, there should be some kind of allowance.
There's bullshit excuses of like, oh, well, you could wear the dress up clothes that you bought for working at like fucking Target, you know, somewhere else for like your own self, like for, you know, those are useful outside of Target. It's like no one's gonna wear the fucking shittiest fucking khakis in the world. Just like a fucking normal thing on a daily basis. No one's doing that. Those are terrible clothes. You're only ever gonna wear at Target.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. My son's gonna be here at some point, so I probably have to commute for.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah, gotta get him ready.
Oh, you gotta get the puppy ready?
Well, I'll just throw the harness on him and, you know, that kind of shit.
Oh, okay. I was like, has he got like bags to pack? Like, this is crazy. What's going on with this dog?
Yeah. No, just, yeah, normally I don't have, take him out, you know, he's always got his collar on him. So normally when I take him out, if I need to put it on him at all, I put it on his collar. But when he's going anywhere. Yes, well, or if I go out front, I have to put the harness on him now, so I don't take him out front that much anymore. Because he just, wherever the cat is at, he just fucking bolts at the fucking cat immediately.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to put the harness on, otherwise I'm going to be choking the shit out of him. Oh, what time to go, Poopers? What time to go? Yeah. Yeah, so I think I'll get him ready and just sit out front until
they get all excited and shit.
Any fresh food? This is the food. You ate almost out of it. I'll be right back. You big boy. All right.
Oh man, I didn't know they hated Japanese in China so much.
Oh really?
Actually, I guess it's not that surprising.
Yeah, there was like a crazy video of this old Chinese dude who kicked someone out for looking Japanese. He was like driving a taxi or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you get the fuck out. I don't, your money's no good here. I don't want you in my fucking car. You're Japanese.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty fucking nuts. Although they do seem to have that superiority thing over everyone. I mean, other Asian people, I suppose, more than anyone else, but well, except black people. They seem to really hate them, dude. They won't even let them on your posters. Like just everyone. Like they'll do shit like apparently when like American like diplomats would be over there, like they were having a meeting or something, like they'd make them sit outside for like an hour as some kind of weird power play move to fuck with them.
Wow.
Which is always a weird, like, you're just being an asshole. Like, what the fuck is that? The fact that they fucking still wait around while you're just being an asshole for an hour? Yeah, I don't understand why that's... It's an odd mentality, dude. I don't understand why that produces some kind of good feeling within you to make people wait for no fucking reason.
No.
Just because you want to feel superior. You know what I mean? It's very odd.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, go out front. Yeah. I was like, man, those fucking diplomats. I mean, they weren't like the actual president or anything.
And the thing is...
But I would literally be like, fuck you, I'm leaving. If they're not going in like right now, leave it, Logue. Leave it.
Well, some of the countries have no choice because they're like...
Yeah, beholden to them. Yeah,
they're just so weak. Their military is so small that like the threat of the Chinese military is overwhelmingly like they can't. There's nothing they could do if China wanted to fuck them up.
Yeah.
And so it's weird to me to even bother to be rude and shitty to people like that because like you're not.
Yeah.
What are you proving? Yeah, like you're already won. Like before you walked in the room. Rubbing their nose and it seems unnecessary.
Yeah, and they're doing. I assume that like it's deep down they feel inferior, so they want to try to make themselves feel superior. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it seems like a very insecure mindset to fuck with people in that way, just so you can try to convince yourself that you're somehow better because you can be an asshole and make them wait for an hour for no fucking reason.
Yeah, nothing about it makes any sense to me. It's just like the whole thing seems like a waste of time.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a very narcissistic mindset. You're like, again, all that shit is almost always.
Oh well, they've got a problem right now where like Chinese people will go to other countries and fuck over as many people as possible just to just to be patriotic. So, like, they go to Japan and they piss on their fucking, like, they piss on stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they'll piss on their their holy sites. They'll go to their, like, fucking shrines and stuff and pee on their fucking monuments and shit. And do videos of it and be like, look how fucking amazing Chinese people are. We're so much better than them. And it's like, bro, what? Like... You realize, like, you don't look better now. You just look real scummy. Like,
yeah, you look very petty, like childish, dude. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You just peed on a national monument for no reason at all. Like,
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's really gross, dude.
Yeah, I think it's getting worse because it's their propaganda is kind of what sets this stuff in motion. But
yeah,
it's clearly just progressively getting worse and worse and worse with China, and I feel like they're definitely trying to get some sort of war started.
Yeah, it definitely seems like provocation, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
like
like,
let's see what we can get away with.
Like the way they're psyching their people up is really dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, when you got people thinking that kind of shit, like it's their patriotic duty to go to another country and act like a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah, there was a kid that came to the U.S., maxed out a whole bunch of credit cards, and then took off before they could catch him back to China. And he was like, he's like, I did it for the Chinese government. You know, this is, you know, to show those disgusting Americans how much better we are than them. Take their fucking money.
Dude, that's so fucking, god damn, that's, again, just a very odd, very odd mindset. You're okay, kitty. He's not gonna hurt you. Alright. The cat's letting the dog get a lot closer. He's only about 2 feet away. He's still freaked out. He's still staring right at him. But yeah, is that a hiss or a yawn? Okay, kitty. He's not gonna hurt you. Yeah, if my theory is correct and the tail got chomped off by a dog, pretty understandable.
Mm-hmm.
If they had that kind of run-in with a dog, going to be very hesitant. Calm down, Luke. You got to let him come to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be fucking with that.
No speak. It's okay, puppy. No speak.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be fucking with that if I was a cat. That would be pretty terrifying.
Yeah. He's a good. He wants to be your buddy. No, that's close enough, Luke. Would you stop? Fucking dog. Shut up, kitty. I vouch for him. It doesn't count for anything. Fucking cat. God damn you. How dare you not trust me or something. I don't know.
No. It's hard to get past that trauma with animals because you can't sit down and have a conversation with them and be like, look, I understand that dog was bad, but this dog is different.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. I'm going to go get those things like from a Clockwork Orange, little cat version of those things, and make him watch videos of dogs just hanging out and being friends. Look, this cat here, they're such good friends that this gigantic Bernese mountain dog is chomping on its head and has no problem. They're just playing.
That would definitely work. Little cat toothpicks in its eyes, you know, the whole thing. Definitely nothing to go wrong.
You know what I'm talking about, right? With the Clockwork Orange, where they hook under the eyelids, they're like some kind of metal.
Oh yeah. I was thinking of when I read it, and in my mind, it's always toothpicks holding the eyes open.
Oh, gotcha. No, I don't know whatever those things are. I don't know if they actually exist anywhere outside of the movie. They're fucking crazy. Let's see if I can find the fucking...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know, I've seen the movie.
Yeah, okay. All right, just making sure.
I was gonna say, I've seen the hooks, but for some reason in my head, it's always toothpicks holding their eyes open. And I don't know why.
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, good time, poops. All right, good boy. That's your good puppers. You do the cockade. Good puppers. Where you going? Yeah, that's your poop. Yeah, this is your poop here, too. Leave the kitty alone. Leave the kitty alone. Luke.
Eat the kitty. Eat the cat,
Leave it, Luke. He's so excited. He just, again, just wants to be friends with every living organism. If the other dogs give this, get over here. Don't just rush at him. Stop it. Fucking dog. He knows he's not a fucking dog. For being an asshole.
Oh, yeah.
I'll kick you right in your butt. Right in your butthole. Yeah, like he doesn't understand that you don't just run up on a cat. Like even if you're like friends with it, like that's not the greatest idea.
Yeah, no, cats don't generally like being run up on in general.
Yeah. Oh. Yep, that's your caca. That's your caca. All right. Yeah, so I'm trying to let him like get a little bit closer. You know what I mean? Got him on the leash. Yeah. So the cat knows he's not gonna eat him.
Slow walk the interaction, you know.
Yeah. Let the dog get used to not just running up And let the cat get used to him being near.
Yeah, and exactly. They both got to get used to each other.
Yeah. Don't do it. Look. Shut up, cat. He's fine. Look, that's close enough. All right. Cat trauma. We're trying to work it through. Trying to work this cat through its dog trauma.
Oh yeah, where did you find that fucking weird fucking kid?
What kid?
The evil one. Why we have to suffer the problem of evil? The fucking blonde kid that doesn't look like a real person.
Oh, Logic has responded to a couple of his videos.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just went to, because I wanted to, I didn't want to be like, hey, this is the spot where the kid's talking or whatever. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm just going to show one of his videos and see if his fucking weird mannerisms creep everyone out as much as they do me.
Yeah, he was really odd. Like, it was like he was trying on expressions or something. It was real weird.
Yeah, it's some weird, I hope it's performative. If he fucking talks to people like that in real life, I can't imagine anybody's tolerating him for more than like a fucking minute at the most. Like, would you stop fucking popping your eyes and fucking moving your eyebrows around like that? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I was wondering if he was like autistic or something.
Right there.
I was like, is he autistic or sociopathic? Because it's like he's pretending to be a person.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his deal is. Which is,
Very
it's
odd.
funny because those Scandinavian countries are for atheists, right? And he's like a
mostly.
fucking Christian apologist.
Mostly the Scandinavian countries are atheistic.
Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, it was weird for him to fucking end up being like a super fucking insane like Christian apologist. Quit running to the cat, dummy. Yeah, no, I was like, dude, it can't just be me. I'd actually commented on it because there was somebody that's like, oh my god, he's Finnish, he's a Finn like me. Like, we don't fucking, we don't vouch for this guy or whatever. And I'm like, all right, can you let me know if that kind of shit is normal for, or maybe it's an actually, what do you call it?
Well, okay, so as I understand Finnish culture, it's really rare for people to be very expressive at all, actually.
Oh, wow.
So that might be
Maybe
a weird Finnish thing, because, like, he's pushing himself past a cultural norm. Like, they don't do casual conversation. You're not going to have the, like, grocery store, hey, how you doing there, Bob? Oh, doing just fine. How's the kids' march? You know, that kind of shit. You're never going to have that small talk there. They do not do that.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So he might feel like, oh no, I have to actually show a little, and he's just doing it wrong and top because he doesn't know. That actually
kind of makes sense. I mean, he's obviously fucking dumb and naive, but I think it might just be that he's Finnish. That might actually be 100% of what's going on.
Yeah,
is he's like, how do you be expressive and exaggerate to an audience like you're supposed to if you're being putting on a show?
Leave it low. Yeah, so that's definitely a possibility. He's like, is this right? Is this how normal? You know, is this how they do it in America?
People put their faith, right? I think so.
Oh man, I'm like, if those aren't like sentient caterpillars and not instead of eyebrows, you're doing a lot of weird shit there.
Yeah.
And popping your eyes, opening them, and then squinting and opening and fucking raising one eyebrow and not the other, and then fucking, it's a lot of really weird shit, dude.
Yeah, it's just
I showed my son. Right. He's like, I showed my son. He's like, I can't even hear what he's saying, and I thought he meant like the accent. And he's like, no, I'm saying his mannerisms are so distracting that I can't concentrate on what he's saying.
I had no idea what he was talking about for a while.
Oh, fuck.
For a very long time, I was just like...
The second video Logic has responded to of his. So I guess Logic's kind of running out of people, because that dude only has like 80 subscribers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you don't want to do
what?
the same
I have
shit
been
over
seeing
and over.
more of that in my feed lately, to be fair. Like, where I'll just get, like, these weird videos where it's, like, 80 subscribers, 90 subscribers, they only got, like, 10 views. And I actually, I kind of appreciate that, because I don't mind seeing smaller channels more often.
Yeah, especially if they're relatively new, man. You want a boost. Luke, stop. I know what you're doing. You're not fooling me. I know what you're doing. Yeah, he'll go like he's not walking directly towards the cat, but it's like in that general direction.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
dog. I know what you're up to, Poops. I'm onto your tricks.
I saw. I recommended those videos. I don't know if you ever got a chance to check any of them out. But the Creepcast
Which
with
ones?
Wendigoon and Papa Meat is really fucking fun.
Yeah, I come across it like probably about a week ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I watched the whole episode yet, but yeah, the interaction seems pretty fun with those two.
Well, they're going over stories that have been on the internet for like a long time. Like a lot of it is classic creepypasta, like creepy stories that people wrote for just for the pure enjoyment of writing. So a lot of these stories are actually really fun to listen to and very inventive and creative, and it was really interesting to hear both of them discuss it because they both have really good takes on like the artistic value of it and like how you tell stories and stuff like that. It's very interesting. Oh, yeah. I watched the vegan TikToker thing with Asmongold. That was interesting. That you posted?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. The dog was getting dropped.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Right?
Who? What?
That bitch is fucking nuts, man.
Oh yeah, no, she's absolutely
like,
off her fucking rocker. I think 90% of that is just to get attention to make money.
It might be.
But the other 10% is genuine fucking mental health issues.
Yeah, she's just fucking nuts. Yeah, like some people they can't get into something halfway. They're going to be fucking like insane over the top with it.
Yeah, I think she's definitely out of her mind. Like, she's definitely crazy. But, like, the fact that she chose veganism is just arbitrary. I think she would be going out and making a huge fucking stink in public as much as possible because she wants the attention and she wants the money it generates. And this just happens to be the most effective way that she's managed to go about it so far. This is the one that seems to work. I would be surprised if she hadn't tried in other formats already.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
or she tried less, other extreme shit that just didn't generate much buzz, so she had to keep ramping it up.
Just had to keep doing it differently and more and more differently. And
yeah. Although I guess like Vegan Gains was literally gets a fucking some kind of wolfhound dog that's very much a meat eater, primarily, and says, you're going to be vegan because I'm vegan. So,
well, at least it's a dog and not a cat, because cats will just die. Like, it's not healthy for dogs, but they can live.
Yeah.
Like, cats can't survive on a vegan diet. They will die. Like, they'll just die. So as much as I hate that she's doing it to a dog, at least the dog has a chance of like not being dead in like a week.
Yeah, well, that wasn't her. That was vegan. Remember Vegan Gains?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did that shit.
But either way, that is fucked up. I don't like when you try to force your beliefs on other living beings, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because like a dog, just like they're not morally wrong. They're just eating what they're supposed to eat. They're not.
Yeah, for that bitch to say literally walking your dog is fucking worst thing in the world. Rape,
that was
murder,
a weird
genocide.
One.
Like, that's nothing compared to taking your dog for a walk on a leash or a harness. That's the fucking worst thing possible in all of existence.
Oh yeah, I was actually kind of surprised at how genuinely entertaining Asmund Gold was in there. He made like 2 jokes that I actually laughed at. And I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah, every once in a while. Fucking guy. Most of the time he's a dumbass. But yeah, sometimes he does that.
Like, what was it? He got a couple of decent zingers.
Yeah, I think he made a joke about it, but yeah, essentially the same
freedom
point.
Of speech,
like, oh yeah,
not freedom of
screech.
screech. That was the one I really got.
Yeah.
That one really got me.
Yeah. No, it's obvious that she's going for attention and not like wanting to actually cause any positive change.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. She's not genuinely trying to solve a problem.
Yeah, she's not trying to convince anybody. You know what I mean? Just want quite obvious because you don't act that obnoxiously if you're actually trying to elicit change and change people's minds.
Nah.
Yeah, it's kind of like just stop oil people.
Yeah, I mean,
like
that's one of those things that I ask people when they try to like support them. It's like, well, what do you think would happen if they took all of the funding that they're using to go out and harass people and block traffic and put it into researching green energy sources that could be more effective than what we've got now? Because what we've got now won't replace gas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever money they're getting paid to do that. Sort of, there's some, or what if they took all their money and said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to be a bare bones organization and we're going to do what we can to fund as many people who can get solar as we can.
Right.
You know, like there's all these people that just can't afford to get solar, so we're going to work on helping them to get some sort of financing or make it so that they can just get it for free or whatever, or maybe they only have to pay the installation, and we're going to cover all the rest of the bills. You know, like that would have been, or like get electric vehicles and get people driving electric vehicles, or any number of things like that.
Yeah, whatever money that they're wasting, I don't know if they're actually paid to do
they've got funding
or whatever.
They've got funding.
Yeah,
they're being funded.
Yeah,
that
so
was
whatever
just guaranteed.
That.
Yeah, somebody's
like
paying.
You'd literally be better off burning that money and doing nothing. That would do more for your cause.
Yeah, because right now they're actively making people hate them more and hate their cause more.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, dude, you only want attention. You're only doing it because you get paid. Whatever. Yeah, so it's basically just that. Because you obviously don't care about actually trying to change people's minds. You know, spilling fucking tomato soup or whatever orange. I don't know why orange is their fucking color of choice, but trying to spread orange shit all over fucking the Stonehenge rocks. You know what I mean? Is not fucking helping your cause. You're just pissing people off.
Oh yeah, that was nuts. Like it was like, how did you think that was gonna end? Like you gotta wonder, like how did they think that was gonna fucking serve their cause? Like it was never gonna be.
Yeah, it's like you're getting attention. Congratulations, seated there. You've made more people hate you and probably like less efficient vehicles to burn more fucking gas, if anything.
Oh yeah, well the fact that they run around in orange nylon vests is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like just stop oil while we're wearing oil-based fucking clothing. All right, cool.
Yeah, no, they don't understand the hypocrisy at all. They don't care. They just, again, obviously their only, main concern is the money, money a little bit and attention.
Yeah, if it would be a lot more believable if they were like, just stop oil, and then literally never wore anything with oil.
Yeah. Yeah, they're hippies. They should be wearing like all hemp fucking clothing or something.
Yeah, it would be super easy to just wear cotton and metal, like jeans and a t-shirt. And then you could pay for like shoes that are not made with petroleum products. I don't know if you'd be able to that might be hard to find. Shoes that were not made with petroleum products. That actually might genuinely be very difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like how Greta fucking Thunberg was like, no, I sail everywhere, so I don't have to use any power. And like, okay, what about the 6 crewmen that have to fly into where you're leaving from, and then have to fly back home? Like all those 6 round trip tickets for people that wouldn't be happening if you just took a flight yourself.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You're actually causing more. You're causing more fucking people to have to fly by doing your fucking stupid horse shit. Your virtue signaling nonsense. Yeah. Well, for her, she's more, I blame her parents to a fucking.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Like, they've obviously fucking pushed her into that. You know?
Oh, yeah. I don't think any of this is coming out of her mouth because it's stuff she genuinely believed to begin with. I'm sure she does now. Because she's gotten into that loop of, like, everybody's, like, there's going to be a lot of people that are hateful and a lot of people that are not hateful. But, like, the constant encouragement to behave like that is now going to be, like, a regular thing. Like, that's...
Yeah. Because, remember, I don't know if you remember, but, like, little press conferences and shit.
Oh,
and they'd ask her questions, and she would just completely collapse and not know what the fuck to say. Because she wasn't really, like, didn't have anything beyond the surface level.
Oh, yeah, she was just doing what mommy and daddy wanted her to do and to look right, to look good on camera and to make it seem like they were right. Like, even a child can see how evil this is, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's like the fucking thing. Like, oh, even a child can tell that this is evil. And it's like, the sad thing is a lot of the stuff they're complaining about is exaggerated and bullshit. It's like there really are a lot of environmental concerns that should be being addressed. But this sort of circus of bullshit for your, personal gratification doesn't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all counterproductive. It's like nobody's thinking anything through anymore.
Yeah,
about,
it's like
what this is, what it's going to help, what it's not going to help.
Yeah, if you're gonna sit there and say like, okay, don't use oil anymore, then you need to be offering an alternative. Because the part of the reason we have upward mobility in our society is oil.
Right.
It's oil, it's natural gas, it's hydroelectric dams. These things offer people the opportunity to be able to better their position in life, as well as making life more pleasant for everybody. But, like, if you consider that without oil, how long would it take them to do, like, laundry? On a regular basis, how long would it take to get things cooked? Like they'd have to have a fire going all the time and a stove or something. Like there's all these things that like these environmentalists don't consider that like would probably lead to a lot of death and destruction, way more than we already have. Just from like the lack of the use of these things, like. If you're not going to offer an alternative, what you're basically just telling people is you should just go die.
Right.
Go die and be destitute and be absolutely miserable every day because I don't like that you're using oil.
Yeah, it's very fucking odd, dude.
And the sad thing is 99% of this stuff is anyway, it has absolutely nothing to do with anything other than just getting votes for some politician or building a reputation for some bullshit corporation.
Nah. It's some bullshit.
I don't know, man. I'd love to see those people fucking... I love watching them get fucked up.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
You're
like actively rooting.
They're like using the pain submission holds and just carrying them off like the cops in countries are doing that now. They're just dragging them out of there like by their fucking... Like, just folding them up into pretzels and shit, which is hilarious, watching them cry about it. Or when they, like... remove their hands that they glued to shit. from it.
Oh wow!
And it's
I
like,
haven't seen that one, but
oh yeah, these fucking fucktards will glue their hands to fucking the road and shit. And unfortunately, the police will usually come out and actually like have somebody remove their hands in as painless a way as possible from the like they'll bring out solvents or whatever. Personally, I think they should just yank them off the fucking ground. Like, yeah, you're gonna lose the skin on your hand. You should probably not do that again. And then, you know, take them to a hospital after that, and they can go get like healthcare. But then they should go to jail for a while.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
And like, what was it? There's a lot of things where like it doesn't make sense that people don't end up in jail if you think about it. I was watching a thing on this court case earlier where this Virginia mechanic used the abandoned vehicle clause. So like, if you go get work done on your vehicle and you never pay for it and you never go pick up your car, after a certain period of time, like 6 months, 9 months, or whatever. You can claim that the vehicle is abandoned and take ownership of it as the shop, essentially.
Wow.
Well, and it's meant to offset. It's meant to offset if like somebody doesn't pay their bill, and you're stuck holding their car forever or whatever.
You can sell it to try to recoup the losses.
Yeah, you take it and try to sell it and recoup your losses. Exactly, and it's a pretty reasonable one. But this guy didn't follow any of those rules, didn't wait any of those times, lied about everything, and basically just stole this dude's car.
He basically, it sounded, I didn't watch the video, but he like stalled on the work and then did a shitty job.
And then agreed to fix it, but then just never did, and then stopped talking to the guy and then stole his car. And so my question about that was, obviously the thing that I wonder is, why is he not in prison?
Yeah, why is he not arrested for that?
Like he should be.
Shouldn't that count as like attempted robbery or something?
Oh, I mean, it shouldn't even count as attempted. He did steal it.
Yeah.
For a period of time, he had ownership of the vehicle, and then he sold it. So him, like the owner of the shop, should be going to prison for auto theft, grand theft auto, because he stole a car.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Like, it just doesn't make sense. And then, like, why does he not go to prison when any other person in that situation would? Like, if you stole the keys to somebody's car and drove off with it and just refused to return their car to them, you'd go to prison.
Yeah. But because he did it in a different, used a different technique to do the same thing, it doesn't count for some fucking bullshit reason. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, man.
Doesn't make any sense. It's one of those things where it's just like, why the fuck?
Yeah, it could be just that the method that he employed is one not recognizing it's what he was essentially doing, or they just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, I thought it was also crazy that the court case went back and forth the way it did. Where like the first case went towards the guy where they were like, yeah, obviously this is, you can't just fucking keep his car. And then like the second case they were like, no, it's totally cool. He just gets to keep the guy's car. It's cool. And then finally like the Supreme Court was like, yeah, no, what the fuck's wrong with the people?
Yeah. Yeah, that second judge is a fucking moron.
Oh, and then speaking of moron judges, because obviously, like, we'll never, for whatever reason, it's legal for businesses to just steal from people with no idea why. We'll never understand.
Right.
But speaking of crooked judges, they did replace the young thug judge. The one who put the fucking guy's lawyer in jail. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't even bother watching the video, because, like, what else, they replaced him. There's really nothing else to say about that one there.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
But that one blew my mind because I was like, that was fucking crazy. Where they were like, yeah, we're going to put this guy's lawyer in jail. That's cool.
Yeah, the judges that just ignore, like, this is probably not specific to that case, but the amount of judges that just seem to ignore the law.
Oh, yeah, look at Trump's judge. Trump wasn't allowed to have any sort of defense.
Yeah.
They literally
like, dude,
prevented him from having
okay?
a defense of any kind or giving any sort of thing in any of these cases in New York. They were like, no, you're guilty. We're just here to take your money and sell in large sums of money from you. And give it to this lady because she said she wanted your money. And you're not a person, so we can just do whatever we want. We don't have to follow the law.
Yeah, it's disturbing. I wonder, like, maybe that shit was always happening? Didn't hear something? But
no, it's definitely accelerating. It's definitely fucking accelerating. There's no fucking
I kind of figured.
Yeah, no, this was not normally happening all the time. This isn't something that was like, oh yeah, that's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, it's disturbing, dude.
It should be, because it's like, whatever happens to Trump, like, he's one of the elite. He's a billionaire. He can afford
the
really expensive lawyers that a lot of people use to get away with committing all sorts of crimes.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be looking at that and going, oh yeah, well, he's a fucking asshole. Fuck Trump. He deserves what he got. You should be looking at, well, if they could do that to fucking him, what the fuck are they going to do to me?
Yeah, that's the short-sightedness. I mean, that seems to be a big part of the problem. All these people are doing all this impulsive, stupid shit and not thinking about what the long-term consequences are going to be. You know what I mean?
Trump can have millions of dollars just taken from him without any justification of any kind. Like, they're not going to hesitate to fucking kill you. You know what I mean, dude? It's like,
yeah, dude.
And I think they're gonna. It's like I think we have not even begun to. Here's something I've noticed: all the people that I've seen who are like, oh yeah, take the fucking vaccine, take the vaccine. Most of those people get sick a lot now.
Yeah,
and they get really sick when they get sick, and it's like, I don't think we've seen. I think that's going to be one of those things where people die like 20 or 30 years earlier than they would have normally. Like, it's not going to be like dying in their 20s. I think they're not going to make it past their late 50s.
Yeah. Yeah, they want people to keep on working and not have any retirement.
Yeah, I think that's probably what that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling that's going to be one of those things that culls a lot of the fucking herd in a real big bad way. It's also apparently a lot of people are sterilized from it, although they're not aware of it, because a lot of people just don't want to have kids. But like, from what I understand, like that's a thing is people are finding out that they're not able to have kids. They got the vaccine. That's it's not super common, but it's not super uncommon either.
Yeah. Oh, the Trump thing, the assassination thing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw like the initial thing. He was saying something about shoes. It's not important, but I'm just like, what is he talking about? Does he go up there, like, does he take his shoes off before he goes up to speak? Like, is some kind of weird comfort thing he has without wearing his shoes? Because he's wait, don't get my shoes, get my shoes. Yeah, okay, no, I'm not sure if anybody. Again, it's a minor detail, so I can't imagine anybody's going in depth on it. But I'm just like, what's he doing there? And dude, the fact that they like, I get that he was like saying shit, and he's like, no, I got to raise my hand, my fist, which was badass. I admit, it's pretty fucking badass. He's got blood on his face from getting shot, and he's just like fuck you. It looked like he was mouthing fuck you, but I could be imagining.
Oh that. No, he was saying fight. He was saying fight.
Oh, fight. Okay.
Yeah, I think he was just saying fight. Yeah.
I can see that.
At least that's what it looked like to me.
That's another thing with the Secret Service guys. They shouldn't be letting him do that. Like, they should have him down low, not having his head anywhere in view, right? Like, they really shouldn't.
Yeah, you would think that would be like, sir, we're gonna not let you fucking pump your fist in the air.
Yeah, it's like they waited a couple seconds, and then they're like, "Oh, we should probably put our hands up now." Like, they literally looked. It seemed to me like they were literally like, "Okay, let's still have his head visible for a bit, Give him a few seconds, so if the guy's still able to take a shot.
I've heard some claims that there was another gunman. Like there was 3 distinct guns fired. There was like the assassin guy that tried to assassinate, and then there was the Secret Service, and there was supposedly one other gun that fired, according to a lot of like some people that are investigating. And I stress, I do not know if this is a fact. This is what I've heard.
I thought that was.
Yeah. So I don't know how accurate any of this is, but like there's a lot of fucking crazy conspiracy theories coming up around the whole thing too. And I think that
it just seemed odd to me that there was a good 2 or 3 seconds that they were not really covering him up, and then after seconds they started putting like their arms up and like to pretend they're getting in the way or whatever. So I'm like,
I think that takes time to process. I genuinely think takes time to process things.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Like it takes a few minutes,
I'm glad he did
like
too.
a few seconds.
Really
It seems really long when you're watching, but in the moment, it's like it's over in the blink of an eye. You know what I mean? Like it's quickly. Just a second or two.
And no matter how much you're trained, I hear you. Like those guys should be hyper aware, but it's still crazy when shit actually goes down. Yeah, I hear you. All right, very well.
I think there's also some possibility that it took a little longer for them to recognize that there was a gunman there. Obviously, they knew well in advance of the shots being fired, which is what makes it pretty inexcusable.
Yeah.
But I think there's also a fair point that it may have taken them longer to realize there was a gunman there because people were making such a ruckus. Like that could be distracting. Suddenly, a whole big portion of the crowd is shouting and pointing and yelling. Like that could take your attention off of a lot of stuff, I think. Does it justify how long it took to shoot the guy? No. Not even close.
Dude, it's just fucking... I don't understand how the dude was so fucking close and able to set up so much. Like, it's so fucked up, man. Because again, like I said, anything I've heard about the Secret Service is they take 0 fucking chances. Like anybody going in from the crowd, they're checking everybody. They're checking the fucking packages, their cameras, all that shit. Like to an insane degree. And, like in the one for like, the stuff I've read about Kennedy's, you see an open window, that's getting investigated. Anywhere along the route, there's open windows.
Oh yeah, there was 0 excuse for how that went down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're talking about the Kennedy one, or
no? I mean for the Trump one. There was 0 excuse for how that went down. There's a lot of people that need to be fired in that situation because they definitely did not do their job properly.
Yeah, I'm wondering who chose that spot, like out of everywhere too. It's like again going back to the Kennedy, that turn into Daily Plaza. Fucking way against the rules of the Secret Service as far as moving the presidential motorcade. Like, you should never be in a spot where you're not going at least 35, 40 miles an hour. Like, 35 miles per hour should be the absolute slowest the motorcade ever goes, right?
Yeah,
And so they do this thing where they got to turn in here and another turn and another turn. And it was completely against the fucking rules. You know what I mean? So it's pretty obvious it was a massive cover-up there. So I'm wondering how deep it goes on this one. Like, were the people that were picking the venue, were they in on it? Or maybe that's just Trump's people and they didn't put, they put too much faith in the Secret Service that they were going to actually, check the roofs 150 yards away, that kind of shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think they should have checked the roofs 150 some odd yards away. I think they should have literally had a sniper on that fucking roof.
Yeah.
Like I mean, where that roof was in that proximity. Yeah, they should have just had a sniper there.
They definitely should have had an agent.
They should have had somebody on that roof. Like there's no.
I've heard there's an agent in the building underneath that roof, but nobody up on the roof.
Yeah, that's insane.
So that,
well, they needed somebody to open. They needed somebody to give the guy a hand getting up.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody had to get up there and put the ladder so he could cross over the roof.
Yeah, because that guy, look at that kid. That guy wasn't
roof?
climbing on the roof by himself. Somebody helped him. Like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy with his fucking, like, skinny little beanpole arms and shit.
Yeah, no, somebody helped that dude up on the
thing.
roof. He did not get there by himself. There's no fucking way.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting what comes out about his background and shit, too. And whether he has some weird connections or something.
Yeah, I'd love to hear anything about what's going on there, because that whole situation was just so fucking wrong.
Yeah. So ridiculous, dude. Like I said, I think the only reason I commented on Stick's videos, I think there's two main reasons why it didn't happen before now. I think one of them is they knew that they were going to rig the next election and get rid of him then, so they were just going to stonewall him until the 4 years were up. And the other one was the prevalence of camera phones.
Yeah.
So this time around, they're like, fuck, dude, there's no way we're going to be able to fucking rig this election. Like, Biden is so unpopular, Trump is so much more popular, we're going to have to take him out. So we're going to have to try doing this, even though it's fucking,
they tried to,
the Hail Mary
use bully tactics with his money and everything to stop him. That didn't work.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
There were all these other attempts to try to prevent him from being able to run.
When everything else didn't work, they're like, fuck, we're going to have to try to do this.
Exactly, that's how it feels.
Yeah,
certainly how it feels, because it feels like they were like, well, we've tried everything else to prevent him from becoming president, we're going to have to kill him now. And it's like,
so, yeah, we got like less than 4 months to go now. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't imagine that's going to be the last time, dude. So, I'm hoping he develops, for his own fucking self-preservation, some mannerisms where he just moves his head around.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't make himself...
From now on, every time you see, like, Trump up on stage, you said it's just bobbing and moving like he's in a boxing match for no fucking reason. Like, his head's all fucking swiveling and shit, and you're like, what is yeah. I feel like you could do that and no one would question it now. Like, if you started doing that, people would just be like, oh, yeah, well, of course. I would be doing that, too. I don't want to die either, like...
Yeah, dude. It's fucking insane, dude. So, yeah, we'll see. But I feel like they're probably not done. If, the powers that be are probably not done.
No. He's
trying to take it out permanently.
Definitely, I hope to God he is being extremely careful, because they're gonna keep taking swings at him. Like, it's not, there's no way in hell that was the last chance, the last attempt they're gonna make.
Yeah. He'd probably be better off again completely dismissing the Secret Service. Like, do not have them involved at all.
Oh yeah, no, again, have your own personal security take over at this point, man. If you've got the money, There's no way in hell I would trust them at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, either that or he needs to have like some kind of bulletproof plexiglass around him at all times when he's in public. Yeah. So yeah, scary times, man. Whatever the fuck's going on, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They're getting desperate. Indeed.
Oh, really? Death threats? I'm so surprised. But the left is so civilized and polite. I remember like fucking before my dad passed away, him talking about me and being like, "You're a fucking monster. You're fucking disgusting," and shit like that. Because I'm registered as a Republican. Or I wouldn't denounce Trump like some sort of fucking ceremonial, like, I officially denounce Trump, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's not my job, number one. Number two, I'm not responsible for what he does. Like, it's not, I don't make that choice.
That's weird. It's like almost not being... not being, like, extreme on either side seems to, like, get you yelled at by one side.
Oh, the
like if you don't view him as God Emperor, if he's not either literally Hitler status, anything where you're indifferent or mostly indifferent, like you're scum to one group or another, or both, I guess.
And I'm
in that
surprised
case. Like both sides hate you.
At how many people on the left will like openly support things like Just Stop Oil, as if there's some sort of good or reasonable thing. And it's like, but they're not protesting. They're blocking traffic. They're committing felonies. There was a lady who couldn't get her fucking baby to the hospital because of it. You know what I mean? Like, and personally, were I in that lady's shoes and I had a kid and I was taking my sick kid to the hospital, I was genuinely concerned about their health. Because you're not taking a baby to the hospital for fun. You're taking because you don't want your baby to die. There'd be a smear mark where those motherfuckers were.
Yeah.
There'd be a bloody smear that went all the way to the hospital because I'll drag their fucking body under my car before I'm going to let my kid die because there's some fucking cocksmoker with an orange vest telling me I can't drive down the road. Yeah, you're going to die, dude. I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, depending on how serious it is with the kid. Like, if I think I have a few seconds to I might. But other than that, I'm plowing right through you if you fucking are in the way. Fuck you. Yeah, my kid's life absolutely more to your virtue signaling bullshit.
Not to Just Stop Oil, but there was a bunch of those BLM terrorists doing that out in Tennessee. And a truck just drove through them.
All right.
And the police stopped the guy on the other end and helped push some stuff back into place on his truck and sent him on his way.
That's fucking awesome.
I don't think he killed anybody. He didn't kill anybody. Somebody might have had their foot run over or something like that. But it was just like the police were like, "Oh no, your this fender got kind of pushed out of place. We'll just knock that back for you. And go on. Have a nice evening, sir."
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's all fucking virtue signaling. The people protesting, signaling, the people that claim to support them. It's all virtue signaling and nonsense. None of them know what's actually going on, or do they care?
No,
you know what I mean? Like they don't. They just want to look good in public.
Well, I think that's why
I don't know what happened with
conservatives need to stop being
so polite. What happened with Jack Black, by the way?
What about Jack Black? I didn't know there was anything going on.
Yeah, no, apparently he was one of the ones that was, like, good, or I don't know exactly claim anything. Apparently he said some stupid shit about the assassination attempt.
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay attention to celebrities in general, so, like, until somebody puts a video out about it, I'm not going to hear about it, because I just don't, I don't know.
Same here. I checked out Jack Black's nonsense well before he did anything political, because he was just, like, this fucking dumbass, like, 60-year-old child. Shit.
I don't know much about Jack Black's politics. If he's acting like the assassination was acceptable or okay or encouraging it, then he's a piece of shit. However, the only thing I've ever seen of him prior to this, other than like occasionally he's in a movie that I watch, he's really really nice and super friendly and approachable to his fans, and I've always said like that I always think is a really cool thing. For celebrities, because that's where you make your money. You make your money because those people go see your films. And I was watching a video where he went hiking with this other guy, and people kept being like, "Oh my God, are you Jack Black?" And he's like, "Yes, I am. Come take a picture. Let me sign something for you." You know, he was just like really.
The shit he was doing, like.
So I don't know anything else other than that's what I've seen. But hopefully he's not.
If it was just if it was just the annoying videos of him out of. It'd be fine, but once you start doing some political shit, I'm like, dude, fuck you, man.
I just don't approve of celebrities getting political at all, really. Like, I don't... Gary Sinise is extremely Republican. I don't fucking care, and I don't fucking want to hear his opinion. You know what I mean? Like... Keep your fucking views to yourself, Gary Sinise. Just keep making good fucking shows and movies, alright? That's all I want. I don't need you to fucking do anything else.
There's... anyone in entertainment, and I include sports in that. So whether you're a fucking musician or you're a fucking actor or fucking you're professional athlete, none of those things I think gives you any real perspective on life.
Yeah.
So none of them, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear any of them.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not interested in your opinion, conservative or left wing. If you're Hollywood people, keep it to yourself. Nobody cares. You don't have any sort of like leg up on understanding it better. I like listening to Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan realizes he's a fucking retard.
Yeah.
And he'll even like talk about it in his show. He'll be like, "Yeah, I'm just some fucking dummy. I don't know what the fuck's like don't." He's like, "I don't think people should take me seriously." He's like, "I'm in here getting high
and
as
I think
fuck,
that's actually
talking about all sorts of crazy shit."
Makes him so good.
Like,
is the fact he acknowledges that he's particularly high or anything, but he's inquisitive. Like he asks the questions that an average person would ask. I think,
and he changes his mind when he gets new information.
Yeah.
That's,
he doesn't
I
get
think,
locked
the
into
biggest
fucking
part,
any idea.
for me at least, is anyone who's willing to be like, I've received new information, I'm changing my mind because now I have new information. Like
that's the danger of choosing a side.
Exactly.
Or even a definite position, because you're like, no, I spent 10 minutes thinking about that 20 years ago, so I don't want to have to revisit that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's an odd mindset to think that you automatically are right about thing all the time. Yeah, it's an insane mindset.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I know I've been wrong a bunch of times.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, same here, man. Oh shit, it's like 6:15.
Oh yeah. I was about to say we should probably call it. Well, we started really late anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We got 3 hours in.
We're good. Yeah. Plenty of time.
Yeah, for all the no people watching,